Hey,
Hey.
how's it going? How's it
What's
going,
good?
Finn?
It's going. How about you?
Chilling.
Chilling?
Here in sunny California.
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles, California,
That's right.
in Hollywood.
Yeah, long time since we've
We made
been podcasting.
This
First time around went so great.
yeah, we just had to bring it back.
We just had to.
Sullivan and I were the other day listening to our podcast from back in the day. We went back onto his YouTube channel and found
Because we're self-absorbed
our
assholes.
our review of Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah. Finn really liked it.
2021. And I'm like, I think this is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah, it was very bizarre.
And so we were talking and thinking. We were like, you
Wow,
know
we
what?
should bring it back.
We should bring it back.
Got some better mics now, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Or they should be better.
Yeah.
I think they are. We might have to figure out something with these stands making noise, but I think we should be good.
Probably not.
Probably not. I mean, we might not.
Should be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine. But yeah,
The gag though, the bit, I think the podcast is entering its final form.
yeah.
As we chug into the future here, we're gonna record a new
Awesome.
we're gonna record a new podcast, I guess on Mondays,
Mondays.
and upload it, I guess, on Tuesdays. Or
yeah.
whatever day this goes up. It's gonna be.
Let's not put any dates out there,
But
because the end of that fucking episode we did last time,
We
were like,
I
yeah,
think
we'll
do
upload,
this.
and then next week we'll be filming this
But
one.
we gotta.
And we
This is
didn't
what I'm
do
saying.
that
We
at
gotta
all.
hold ourselves to it.
Yeah, we do.
We gotta hold ourselves to it, and we're gonna. So
We're
this
going
is
to.
worth your time.
It's. I
Audience.
think it is. I think it is.
I think it's worth everybody's time, yours and mine included. But the bit of the podcast, as you pitched, is that Sullivan at the beginning of Sullivan
Sullivan.
at the beginning of every podcast is going to hit, what did you say, a blinker?
I'm gonna hit a blinker and then two two just regular hits off my pen
his
here.
pen.
Got this pen here.
and or whatever means of getting high he's gonna get. So he's gonna hit his blinker now.
Yeah, whatever
on
means.
the pod.
I'll be hitting my blinker now. Say something while I'm doing it, man.
Sullivan's gonna hit his blinker. He
Yeah,
revs up.
commentate it like a sports thing. Ready?
Sullivan prepares his blinker. Sullivan prepares his pen. He sticks the pen in his mouth, and he holds the button. 3, 2, 1, lift off. He's going to be high as a kite for the rest of the podcast here today. It blinked. Blinker is complete.
I hope by like episode 100 of this, which we'll inevitably get to.
We'll definitely get to that.
I hope by episode 100 a blinker doesn't even faze me.
I hope it still does. You can't overdo the marijuana, Sullivan.
I know.
Now he's going to do 2 more hits off of the
Just
pen.
regular hits.
Just regular hits that
No
aren't
blinkers.
blinkers. So the blinker, maybe we should build to the blinker each episode going forward.
It's a good idea. Oh, I just realized my throat's going to be so dry.
Oh.
Luckily, I got 2 bottles of Smart Water from my school.
Let's take a break and
Yeah,
hear from our sponsors at Smart Water.
I was gonna segue into like a discussion about like what we've been up to, because we haven't.
Yeah, we should introduce ourselves. I'll introduce myself as you take this second hit of your pen. I'm Finn.
I'm Sullivan.
I'm a.
Oh shit, my
Yeah,
bad.
no, it's okay. That's okay. I'm still in the middle of my thing, but that's fine. I'm a film writer and director of sorts, and
Former
theater-
student.
theater director. I'm a former student of the New York University, the one in New York.
NYU.
NYU.
Number
as some
1
call
film
it.
school in the country.
Number 2 film school in the country, probably by most metrics.
Oh, well, sure, because of that fucking...
Because USC.
No, it's that American film...
That's number 3, buddy. USC is number 1
Is it now?
by most metrics, as far as I know. They're neck and neck. They're
very
neck.
close.
I had a professor, one of my favorite professors at NYU. He would regularly make jokes about how much USC sucks. I can't imagine that's true. I've been there. We went to USC.
Oh, USC
to tour it.
Fucking
that
crazy.
campus is amazing.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yep.
NYU's campus is garbage.
Yep.
But I loved my time there, and I'm looking forward to my return in the fall after my leave of absence I'm on right now.
Yeah, he's on a leave of absence.
I'm on a leave
because
of absence.
He just
and
he was having a little bit too much of a good time. at NYU.
Yeah. Like
it was
the
getting
like
out of hand.
I was gonna make a joke about the 2 lives that were tragically lost at university.
Yeah, let's leave those
this
alone
week.
for right now. Yeah, 2 people though killed themselves
Tragedy
going to
did-
Finn's school.
Yeah, tragedy did befall New York University,
and it was
recently.
getting pretty close to getting you, man.
I was almost there, so I sympathize with the plight, and I feel for those families because I know that my parents would be sad if I killed myself. Sullivan, why don't you take another
funny.
hit from your pen?
This sounds funny, but like, no, for real, dude.
No, it's true.
You
It's
should
true.
feel-
NYU did make me want to kill myself.
Yo, you're going
Sullivan, why
wild,
don't you
bro.
take another hit?
I
from
already
your
did
pen?
2 more hits.
You did 2?
Yes.
I didn't see the second one.
They'll be able to hear it.
Yeah?
They can confirm.
Yeah.
I'm
All
sure,
right.
I'm sure
Can
they
you
were
guys
counting.
confirm?
Can you confirm, please? I'm just kidding. Root beer. That's a new bit I've been doing. My little root beer bit.
Yeah. So Sullivan, this will just
Well,
happen.
hold up. I haven't even introduced myself. We are getting off task,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm not high.
I know,
I'm
but like
sober
you're
as a
not.
kite.
You're being more disruptive. Than
I know.
am.
I'm in like performance mode. I didn't think I was going to be able to get there. I really felt out of it. I think it's because I drank a cup of Mountain Dew. I don't drink any caffeine ever. So when I drink something that has caffeine in it, it hits me like a ton of bricks.
Really?
I'm going crazy right now. I'm talking so much. Don't you feel?
I feel like you're doing like a weird voice.
I know.
Yeah, and you should stop because
Well,
that's like.
I'm in the podcasting.
Yeah, but you
mode
don't
a
need
little
to.
bit.
Just be natural.
Well, I'm yeah.
Be more natural now.
Go
okay?
ahead. I'll be more natural.
Thank you. My name is Sullivan. I think I'm old enough now where I think I feel comfortable putting my last name online. So I'm gonna say my last name. My name is Sullivan Clisham. We'll keep yours a secret though, Finn.
Sullivan and I
we're
are
siblings.
We're brothers.
We're brothers. I was born. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, my name is Sullivan Clisham.
What's your social security number?
I don't even know.
I know mine.
I think I used to.
Do you want to
know
hear it?
No, I don't. My name is Like, you gotta stop, bro. You're not
I'm
even
just trying to
Blaze.
get bits going.
I know, but you're interrupting me, bro. I'm trying to introduce myself.
Okay.
My name is Sullivan Clisham.
God forbid the podcast. You're the one now who's like trying to stay on task, and I'm the one trying to let the conversation.
I think because I'm highly worried.
Yeah.
That not highly like
Hot.
a
You're
lot,
high.
but I am
You're
highly worried that we're gonna get so off task.
There's no task to be on.
I know, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
And that was the problem with our first go around at
Right.
this shit.
Right. This is no longer a movie.
Finn
review
brought a
podcast.
pad and pencil to the fucking podcast.
This is no longer a movie review podcast. It's a general podcast. We have some general bullet points to cover.
Basically,
over the course of the podcast.
this show. Let's talk about what the point of this show is.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't discussed this, so let's see if it lines up. The point of the show is like it's just 2 guys chatting, bro. And you can be that third party with us, or you can just observe us.
It's kind of like the idea of like a podcast.
A little bit podcasty, for sure.
It's sort of like I've tried to pitch. We're working on a project called the Big Orange at the moment.
We'll get into that.
People ask me about it, and they're like, "What's the pitch?" And I'm like, "The idea is basically a sitcom.
Right.
Like that's the idea. There's no like pitch to it really at all.
No.
It's just like, what
It's
if
not a
we
sitcom.
made a sitcom?" Sullivan's
Yeah, I
having
guess
trick
the
with apple
difference
juice.
is that we are. I think our structure is different than a normal podcast. And maybe that's changing. Maybe it's shifting in podcasting.
I have no idea. I only listen to like sports podcasts.
Right, and they have like points,
Yeah,
but we don't have
sports
points,
podcasts are
except
awesome.
we do have points.
I'm a big fan of the Bill Simmons podcast, the Ryan Russillo podcast I listen to on occasion.
Let's not
the
plug
mismatch.
all these guys.
And then some TikTok podcasts I'm a fan of.
Holy shit. Or not edible.
Hoops Temple
Yo, I'm
podcast.
yapping, bro.
I know.
Holy
Can I?
shit.
I'm doing my recommendations
Yeah.
here. The Hoops Temple podcast, which is run by some TikTok guys, as well as the State of the League podcast, which I'm in the middle of listening to their most recent episode right now. I also listen to the Jake and Amir podcast. Oh, Amir from
Stop,
Jake and
bro.
Amir
Okay.
has a basketball podcast called
It's
Buckets.
a little much, bro. You're advertising a lot of folks here.
I think the fridge is open. Do you mind
Oh,
closing it?
shit. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah, we get it. You listen to a lot of fucking podcasts.
I do. I listen to podcasts.
But
So that's sort of. But I should say, this is important. This is actually pertinent. The most similar podcast probably to what we're doing here is the Breadbasket podcast, which just began.
Oh, you're so autistic. Holy shit.
It's
bro.
and the format of that is sort of like this, very loose, but they do have segments. They have like bits they do too.
Yes, they do. But we want to make sure you guys know that this is still original programming. Now let's talk about the bits.
Let's about what bits?
Yeah, what bits do we have to cover on? What's today's agenda? That's what I'll ask you. Every
Today's
episode.
agenda?
I'll do my hit and I'll blow out. What's today's agenda? And that's a joke.
All right, we'll do that next time.
Yeah, we'll do
Because
that.
you already did your
A reason to
your
come
2 hits.
back. We're having fun here.
Our first,
Only us though.
our first bullet
No one
point
listening to this.
is introduction.
Hi, my name is Hi, my name is Sullivan. I still didn't say anything about myself.
No, yeah, tell us about yourself.
My name is Sullivan Clisham. I got super off track. That's crazy. My name is Sullivan Clisham. I live out here in Los Angeles, California. I go to school here.
What's your address?
I go to school here. I'll kind of tell you my address. I go to Loyola Marymount University, which is the 5th best film school in the United States of America.
Ooh.
It's common knowledge that I have a lot of friends there. And, no, I'm just kidding, bro. Okay, I actually want to fucking address this, bro.
Yeah, address it. Address that you don't want friends.
Well, no, because apparently I've gotten some fucking flack for saying that in that presentation.
I'm
bro.
sure that was crazy shit to say. So I'm gonna tell the story real quick.
Well, no, I'll tell the story.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and tell the story.
So we were presenting in the fucking. Yeah, you can present.
Yes,
bro. I'm so high.
Sullivan and I, of course, were brothers. We went to the same high school.
Mm-hmm.
I did theater in high school, and my choir teacher asked us to every year. She runs the like homeroom. They like have people who graduated from the school come in and speak to the seniors who are graduating about what it's like to live after graduation. And so she's asked me the last couple of years, and this year, for some reason, Sullivan, who has absolutely no reason to want to do this, was like, can I go with you? Can I also present?
Yeah,
And Sullivan
just wanted to
came
give
in,
back.
and the night before, I made the decision to take my leave of absence from NYU and move to Los Angeles. So I was like, I'm no longer in college, and I'm just like making decisions and stuff. And Sullivan was like, yeah, so one of the things that was hard for me is it's irritating that my school is constantly giving me opportunities to make friends. I don't want to make friends. That's not why I'm there. I'm there to get my education, and then I'm going to leave.
Stand by that. I do stand by that. But everyone started to think that, like, so my girlfriend goes to the high school. She's a senior. I'm a freshman in college. It's all very legal.
She's not a senior yet, right? She's younger than that.
No, she's a senior. You're trying
How
to get
young
me in
is she?
trouble. She's
How old is she? And how old are you?
I can't get into that. Okay, look. No. She's 18, I'm 19.
Crazy.
I'm just kidding. She's 18, I'm 19. She's coming out here next year. That's so fucking awesome. I'm so proud of her. She's really cool, actually.
It's awesome.
Isn't it sick? The three of us.
The three of us. Well, the four of us.
Dr. Fish.
Do you want to know what my second bullet point is?
Yeah, okay, we'll get there. But no, we're telling this dope ass story. Okay, you guys out there, you gotta get used to this. It's like a.
You have to deal with
this.
this.
It's a Tarantino.
It's a Tarantino podcast.
It's like we start things and we start new things and then we go back to that.
Yeah.
And finish that.
Yeah.
So it's a good little brain. We should call it the brain teaser because it's so hard to follow. Good title.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So my girlfriend still goes to high school and like all her friends are like, they make fun of me because they think that I can't make friends. And I guess my point in bringing this up is like, I can make friends.
Nobody has an easier time making friends than you, in my experience.
You know what the fucking annoying thing is? Mm-hmm. Is like everyone's saying it. Like, they know that I made friends and had friends.
Right.
And was,
right, because they attended
I don't want to say it. Yeah, they saw me.
Yeah.
Some of them even looked up to me, dare I say.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
You know. I was chill with a lot of the juniors, you know, because I was dating one. And
well, I was chill with the juniors when I was a senior.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like
common
a practice. Our school was very small. I mean, my graduating class was 30. I don't know about you. Yours was also
32.
Small. 32.
Yeah.
So, like, it's
really
a very
small
tight-knit community.
Yes.
And you know
so,
all the juniors.
like, let me put it this way. You know who can't make friends and who can. It's very fucking obvious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm going to suck my
friends.
dick a little bit here, but, like, I really do think that it's pretty damn obvious that I was capable of making friends. And I can see people being like, oh, that doesn't translate out of college as, like, a way to, you know, or out of high school, I mean, and in college. Mm-hmm. I can make a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I sort of have, but there's one, I hate having to defend myself because it sounds so awful. But, like, it's just not what I'm looking for. It genuinely just isn't why I feel like I'm at the school.
You've never liked having friends.
No, I don't like having friends.
You've never...
I'll bitch and moan about
Yeah.
all my friends and be like, I've gotten a little bit better about that. I've kind of come over this new wave of, like, appreciating the people in your life. And,
Yeah, you definitely...
you know, like, everyone has
should.
good intentions, but I've always been a friend who puts, like, when I'm picking friends, intelligence comes first.
That's
I
an
need an
interesting
intelligent friend, bro. I'm not friends with dumb people.
I don't, and this is a really crazy thing to say. I don't think I've met many people in my life who are as smart as I am.
This is a glazing podcast, bro.
But do you know
it's
what
ridiculous to think that I wouldn't be able to make friends, and
everyone's dumb. And
everyone's
I'm smart.
dumber than we are.
But I think that's true. Like, it would be... I think I could count on one hand the number of friends I have, at least, who I know well, who I know for sure are as smart or smarter than me. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, can you think of anybody? I can think of, like, 3 people.
Well, no, you're autistic. That's
yeah.
Finn is autistic, so he like has. Don't you have like photographic?
I have a good memory, and I just am good with, like,
Numbers
math and yeah.
And you think the
but
thing that separates you is you think about emotions more logically than emotions.
I think of in a way, but I also just think I just work really hard. My brain never shuts off. Like, it's like constantly. I know this is embarrassing.
My God, 2 guys jerking each other off on a fucking couch. All we've talked about is how amazing we are, despite you dropping out of college and me having no friends. It's us just defending.
You know what I mean? Like, this self-awareness is what makes you and me kind of intelligent in this specific way. There's a lot of... Because the things that I'm smart about... Like, I'm dumb about a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, being like a human being.
Yes.
Like, Finn can't make friends. That's the funniest part.
that's
Is
the-
everyone left that meeting thinking that you could make friends and I couldn't.
Well, no, I said I couldn't make friends.
Yeah. Thanks for saving me. By the way, do you remember what you said after I just told everyone that I wasn't looking for friends and didn't want that?
No, I don't remember
You
what I
went.
said.
It's actually kind of funny because I wanted to go to a school where there were so many opportunities to make friends.
Oh, yeah, because NYU doesn't present you
No.
any opportunities to make any friends or to connect with anybody,
Can
which is
I-
why I'm very excited to return in the fall.
Yes, he's
as
going
I'm
to return
scheduled
in
to.
the fall. That's why you signed that lease.
That's why I assigned the 6-month lease in February, so that it's up by August, so that
No
I can
way.
return to school in the fall.
Shit. Yeah. Can I bring up my theory about NYU?
Yeah.
I think Finn over the last 2.5 years. God,
I know.
3.5.
2.5.
No,
2.5.
no, 3.5.
2 full years.
Oh
and
yeah.
1.5.
Sorry, my bad. I was about to die on that hill. Man.
I
You
know.
saw me. I think over the last 2.5 years, Finn has gone to a fraud school because there are a lot of things that don't
That is pretending
seem
to
to
be
add
NYU.
up to how critically acclaimed this school is.
Such as everything about it sucks. The campus sucks. The classes suck. The students suck. Nobody's generally very good at what they do. Nobody, the feedback you receive isn't helpful. I don't know.
The food is
The
fucking
food
crazy.
and the facilities are pretty not very good.
There are a lot of more specific things I can't really remember.
Yeah, it would just
But
be all the time.
Finn would just bring 'em
something
up.
would come up, and I'd be like, oh, our website is fucking busted. It's
Yeah.
unusable.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. The website. Yeah.
It's a completely unusable.
And the campus.
You can't figure out. Yeah,
Because it's
campus
just
is
a bunch of
nothing.
buildings,
It's
which
just
is such a
buildings
disguise
in,
for a fraud
in
school.
New York.
You're like, okay, I'm going
like,
to NYU,
this-
so it's
This
buildings.
building
in New York.
is an NYU, and across the street is the worst McDonald's you've ever seen in your life. It's
New York's so gross.
New York is
bro.
super gross, and my area of New York is the nicest part.
And
it's
it's
fucking
still
NYU.
fucking gross.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
not,
still dirty.
It's
and
not pleasant.
Disgusting.
This street that I live on right now is nicer.
10 times cleaner.
Yeah.
And better amenities.
Yeah.
Low key. There's a
Well,
Ralph's,
yeah, there's-
Ross.
Yeah,
Marshall's.
yeah, way more
Petco.
convenient for shopping and living and being a person. It's amazing.
And you're 40 minutes from Sancho's Tacos.
40 minutes, huh? That can't be true.
It is.
Sancho's Tacos is excellent.
Isn't
We
it
should
excellent?
recommend that.
Yeah, if you're ever in the Huntington Beach area.
Sancho's Tacos. Best tacos you'll ever have. Chubby sauce?
Chubby sauce is so good.
Good shit.
I don't even like chubby sauce.
But that's their thing.
Their
That's what you
Chipotle.
should try.
Their Chipotle sauce.
Yeah, that's just normal Chipotle.
I know,
mayo
but it's
kind of sauce.
banging
It's good.
on the fucking taco that they sell. there.
But the chubby sauce is a specialty and it's excellent.
Chubby sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, stop me. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's go on to the root beer to the second point.
Dr. Fishy.
Dr. Fishy. I got a beta fish. His name is Dr. Fishy, and he's a chiller.
So fucking awesome.
He's so
bro.
goated. He's
so fucking cool.
He's an elephant beta fish.
He's an elephant ear beta fish.
And he's a male.
Because his fucking fins look like elephant ears. It's so hype.
He's named Dr. Fishy after the Pete Holmes Batman podcast, or not podcast, video.
I messed
Where
up.
Pete, let's take it back. He's named after the
Funny.
Pete Holmes Batman video
Jesus
where
Christ.
Batman is Patton Oswalt's in it, and Batman is killing people, but he doesn't realize he's killing people. He thinks he's just it's about the no kill rule, and it's ironic because Batman's clearly beating the shit out of people and stabbing them and stuff. Anyway, and at one point, he says, "No, I had a fish when I was a kid and it died, and it went to a special farm," and they're like, "No, dude, your fish is dead," and Batman goes, "Dr. Fishy, no!" And I named Dr. Fishy after that fish. Now, Sullivan, say something.
Yeah, I mean, that's the story of Dr. Fishy's name for sure. If anyone really wanted to know that whole fucking Pete Holmes sketch.
What do you think of Dr. Fishy?
I fucking love that fish, dude. we've kind of developed, or I've developed independently, like a voice for him.
That's true. Sullivan does a Dr. Fishy voice.
There's a Dr. Fishy voice where he's just like, he's a very serious man. So he's like, silence, bitch. Just like that. He'll say things like that to us around the house.
Yeah.
Which is one room.
Yeah. Yeah, around the apartment. He sort of, if you're doing something, he'll kind of be like...
But one time we walked up
Silence,
to
bitch.
him because we thought he was dead.
Well, regularly, basically, when we got him, the Petco guy was like...
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Make sure...
He's
whoa.
making us worried,
Whoa.
bro.
He's like, you know, if you have, like, sharp plants in your tank...
He's gonna
like,
die.
He'll get caught on them and die. And and Sullivan is opening a water bottle with his mouth.
You don't have to mention that stuff.
Well, I think it's funny. I laughed, so I wanted to explain why I laughed. Our mom, who was visiting us and shopping for the fish with us, she was like, he has a couple of these like kind of thinner plants. Are those okay? And he's like, yeah, those are fine. And so we kept those and got rid of the sharper ones, but we still think Dr. Fishy's gonna get stabbed by
Because he gets stuck in it
plant.
constantly.
Well, he doesn't get stuck. He's just chilling. The guy said he's gonna like going inside the plants.
yeah. He said going through.
Yeah, going
which
through.
implies like passing
Well,
through
no, but
and
you
not
like
hanging
chill
out
in there for a
3.5
bit. That's why
hours.
he likes going in. It feels good. Feels good to hang out in the plant.
Maybe. I don't know, man. The point is, I walk up to this fucker, and I'm like, I think your fish is dead, Finn. And he's like, what? No way. So we're both up, staring at what I think is Dr. Fishy's deceased body. And Finn's like, are you all right, Dr. Fishy? And Dr. Fishy was kind of facing us at the time. And he just... Finn's like, are you all right, Dr. Fishy? And he just, like, starts swimming away. And I thought that was so fucking funny. Because he pranked us. We got pranked by a fish.
Dr. Fishy.
That fish got us so worried about it. We were both standing up, talking to him. And he goes, yeah, I'm fine. And goes away. That's incredible.
Dr. Fishy, I was saying last night, Sullivan and I...
He has a personality.
He has a personality.
He has a fucking personality.
We wanted to get the fish because we thought it would be fun to have a fish while you were high.
Yes.
To be like, look at that
proven to
fish.
be fun.
And we got high last night, and we were like, this fish fucking rules. And we were staring at the fish and talking about the fish.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And yeah, he has a personality. He's like a guy. He's easily the best fish I've ever owned. And I love my previous fish for sure. But this fish is special. This fish is different.
Yeah,
And
so
he means a lot to me.
So shout out to
Shout out
Dr.
Dr.
Fishy.
Fishy.
That should be the title of the episode.
Shout out Dr. Fishy.
Shout out Dr. Fishy.
Yeah, I respect that.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys.
That's Dr. Fishy.
That's Dr. Fishy
That's
in
his
the back.
comment on. Dr. Fishy, what do you think about the Israel-Palestine conflict?
No comment.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Good talking to you, Dr. Fishy.
Have a good one, guys. Next point. Let's go.
Next bullet point?
Yeah, Dr.
The
Fishy.
next bullet point,
Shout out.
we're recording this on Monday, February 12th.
Super Bowl?
Yesterday was the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Fuck the Chiefs, man.
I had a bit of an interesting arc with this Super Bowl. I started watching football at the beginning of this postseason, so I'm not a football expert by any means. Nor are you, but you know a bit more about it than I do.
I guess, yeah.
I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan. I chose them as my team.
I'm a Bengals Packers fan.
Bengals and Packers.
I love Joe Burrow, so I'm like, I keep up with the Bengals pretty damn good.
But your team is the Packers?
Because I love Wisconsin sports teams.
Yeah. Sullivan's a Bucks fan, which we'll get into
Huge
later.
Bucks fan.
But I'm a Seahawks fan. I became a Seahawks fan, and then the next day the Seahawks were eliminated from playoff contention. So I've just been keeping up. My friend Dwight is from Detroit, and I was rooting for the Lions.
I think everyone was rooting for the
Everyone was
Lions
rooting for the Lions
this
because
postseason.
they don't historically win. I guess
They haven't won. I think no.
they haven't made the playoffs since like '93.
Yeah,
or something.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't think they have ever won. I think they're one of those teams that haven't won yet. I can't think of a Detroit
don't know.
Lions Super Bowl
I
title.
don't know. The Super Bowl, goes back so far.
Not
that
really.
The Packers. Oh yeah,
It's the 56th Super Bowl.
56 was the first one.
No.
Oh, this was the 58th.
Or 58th. So do
But
the
that
math.
means, but the Super Bowl is the NFC versus the AFC. So the NFC is the NFL, or used to be, when it was two different organizations.
Yeah.
Was the NFL. So the Green Bay Packers have like 17 NFC championships from before the NFC had to compete with the AFC. Or something like that. I was looking that up. So there's like a shitload of championships from back
But
then.
that doesn't count because that's not the best team
Well, but
in
like-
all of football.
No, but like the NBA championships from before the merger counted.
Did they?
Yeah,
Well, that
they
was
count.
just adding teams, though.
No, but it was a merger with the ABA, just like the AFL.
Right, but it wasn't the NBA merger.
Yeah,
So it was the NBA.
that's
and
what the
ABA.
NFL merger is,
It's the NBA and the ABA.
merging.
Right.
And the
But
NFC
they took
and
the name
AFC
NBA.
moved.
So therefore.
Yeah, they kept the NFC name. It was the National Football League.
No, they didn't, though.
Yeah, no, the National Football Conference is
It's
what it is
different.
now.
I'm catching on a
NFL is-
technicality.
It's not. But anyway, I was rooting for the Lions, and then the Lions lost. I wanted a Lions-Ravens Super Bowl, as I think many did. The Lions lost. The Ravens lost. And so I was kind of like, okay, the Chiefs and the Niners, I don't really care about either of these teams. I guess the Niners are the Seahawks' rival, so I felt kind of obligated to dislike them, but I couldn't really dislike them because they were the underdogs, and I believed in them. But also, I kind of realized going into the game, hey, I lived during the LeBron era of basketball, but my GOAT is Michael Jordan, right? And all the time I think, man, wouldn't it have been cool to be around during Michael Jordan to witness somebody being that awesome at basketball?
Right.
And then I heard about people are comparing Patrick Mahomes to Michael Jordan and saying that Tom Brady is LeBron. And I said, that's interesting.
That is actually interesting.
And people are saying that if Mahomes wins this Super Bowl, he's going to be in the conversation for the GOAT of football by the time he retires.
Well, here's the matter of the fact. No one's ever three-peated in Super Bowl history.
Yeah.
Ever. If he gets that three-peat as the Finals MVP or the Super Bowl MVP and starting quarterback of a team that won all 3 years, I don't fuck with Patrick Mahomes. I actively dislike him and the entire Chiefs organization. But it's going to be hard to make a case that he's not the greatest of all time.
Especially if he just generally keeps it up until he retires.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. He's only 28 years old.
Yeah. And so that's the sort of situation that I was like, man, I might be witnessing greatness, and I don't have the anti-Chiefs thing that you do. So I was like, because I don't know enough about football. So I was just like, well, you know what? Maybe the Chiefs are that awesome. And then for the first 3 quarters, Patrick Mahomes was like selling the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he had a terrible.
And I was like, this
first
sucks.
half.
I'm not rooting for this guy.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm witnessing greatness. Man, this is a little off topic. Today, I was watching the first half of Bucks Nuggets. Giannis, watching him play basketball is crazy.
Isn't it
It's
so awesome,
impressive
bro? Holy
watching that guy play basketball. It's crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? How does a human being do that?
He's the
How are
MVP.
you built like that?
We saw him
He's
play
so
Jokic
good.
tonight. We'll talk about that
He's
later.
so good.
but-
We'll talk about it later, but he's so good. But anyway, I didn't feel like that watching Mahomes. And I noted
until
that.
that fourth.
And then, in the fourth. But you know what? I don't know enough about football. It felt to me as a casual observer like Travis Kelce was the guy doing the most impressive stuff.
And then here is the thing where you are totally right, Finn. This is where you get into the GOAT debate. and this is where you can kind of have more conversations about it, because Patrick Mahomes has maybe like the greatest supporting cast ever.
Michael Jordan.
No. I'm talking about football.
I know, but I'm just saying that makes you think about the Michael Jordan GOAT conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Sure.
Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman and Horace Grant and
look,
all those guys.
Tom Brady had Gronkowski.
Yeah. Everybody needs a supporting cast. That's good.
But I think this Chiefs team, first off, they have Andy Reid as a coach, and he's like a really fucking good coach.
Yeah.
But also, they just have such a solidly built team where even the guys, you don't even know their fucking names. They're so inconsequential to television. But it just seems like everyone is so fucking consistent and good. Except for like the first half of the Super Bowl.
And clutch.
Yes, very.
That's the big thing. Like, I don't know that they're consistent, because weren't they like the 5th seed or something?
Yeah,
in the
they had a
playoffs?
weird season.
Like I don't know anything, but like my assumption is that they're just clutch as fuck,
Yeah,
and they just show up in big moments
yeah.
where other teams might not. Especially with football being such a short season and single elimination playoffs and all that stuff, that's an incredibly valuable thing to have.
Yeah.
To just be like, halfway through any game, we're just gonna turn on if we're losing and crush.
But here's my point that I was trying to get to, was like, Patrick Mahomes, when you see him pass a ball, throw a ball to someone, if you notice, like, the person is always wide open. Patrick Mahomes is not making very spectacular passes.
No.
Whereas you look at,
And he misses, at least in that game, he missed a lot of passes.
He did. Yeah, he had his touch off. His touch was off. He was a little like he thought they would either go like faster or not as fast, so his aiming was off. It was very odd. But I always think back to last Super Bowl where, Jalen Hurts was going against Patty Mahomes in the Super Bowl. And
Jalen Hurts, what team does he play for?
the Eagles.
Oh.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh,
Jalen
okay.
Hurts.
So it was Kelsey.
Yes, that was the Kelsey year.
Yeah, okay.
It's so insane watching that game and seeing the passes Jalen Hurts had to make versus the ones that Patrick Mahomes had to make, because everyone knew going into that the Chiefs were a much better team than the Eagles were.
Yeah.
The Eagles were good, but there were questions about, the fitting of Jalen Hurts with a couple of the people, and he was still younger. But you see the passes Jalen Hurts is throwing, and they're like, dagger shots, like over two defenders.
Yeah.
And he finds a spot, and he's like really finding these people who can't even get that open.
Yeah.
And then you look at Patrick Mahomes, and he has like Travis Kelce, who can blow past pretty much anyone whenever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a bunch of these fucking guys who can just like turn it on,
Yeah.
and get around and be wide open. I don't know what their defensive line is, or offensive line is, but it's
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing that's interesting with football versus basketball, because I'm super familiar with basketball, but not with football at all. The fact that the offensive and defensive personnel is basically entirely separate.
dude. Yeah,
That's like a very interesting thing about how to evaluate a team. So like the Niners defense was incredible in the first half. Like fucking unbelievable. But I don't know what I think of their quarterback, because I didn't really see that much. Brock Purdy, right? I didn't
he
really
was
see
great.
that much.
He had a great
from him.
Super Bowl. That guy's a young guy.
Yeah.
I think he's like 24 or something crazy.
I was really impressed by Lamar Jackson during the playoffs leading up to the Super Bowl. I saw him in a couple games.
Well,
and
he
was
won
like,
MVP.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, he was the MVP this year, which I knew. But I was like, oh, that guy's awesome. He made some good passes and stuff and good plays. The thing I would say in regards to like why I feel like Travis Kelce was like the guy when I was watching, I think it's more impressive to me. Like, you have to have a good eye for the game and a good arm if you're the quarterback.
Mm.
But to do what Travis Kelce's doing, you have to be...
It's much harder.
You have to catch, and then you have to run, and you have to be, like, fucking unstoppable. Like, that guy is such a freak of nature. Because there are people, like, piling on him.
It's not even catching. It's getting around the people so you can be open, and then being able to catch the still pretty difficult pass.
Yeah.
You know? Unless, you know, you're Travis Kelce and then you're wide open.
Yeah.
But, like, those people, I think, just have a harder job than the quarterback does. And I think that's a hot take.
It might be. I don't know. I think it might be that, like, football nerds are like, the fun thing, you know, the difficult thing is seeing the game.
Right.
You know, which is what the quarterback does. But, you know, everybody kind of has to see the game. And then you have to be like a freak of nature physically to get the job done.
Yeah.
If you're doing, you know, if you're a wide receiver or a tight end, I think is what Kelce plays.
That's Kelce, yeah.
You know, or whatever people catch the ball and run with it. Again, what the fuck do I know? Nothing. Why are we doing this segment? Because the Super Bowl just happened. But you're going to be able to witness our sort of NFL education over the course of this podcast that we do.
Yeah, every day.
Every day.
We're doing it every day now.
We're going to do it every day.
Episodes daily. We promise.
Daily. Yeah. E.G. daily.
E.G. daily. What is that?
That's the girl from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, Dottie?
Dottie.
Oh.
Who's also in Friends and Valley Girl.
Sorry, Dottie.
Did you finally watch Valley Girl?
Yeah.
You did?
Mm-hmm. With our father.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
It's a fun movie. It's
yeah,
a very
I enjoy
movie.
that. The end of that?
Yeah, Nick Cage is good.
The end of that movie's great.
E.G. Daily shows her tits in it.
Yes, she
which
does.
was very interesting
I
for me.
forgot about that.
She's a very attractive lady.
I think she's very sweet in Pee-wee.
She's very sweet in Pee-wee and
I
funny.
love Dottie.
She's great in Pee-wee.
Dottie's a great character.
Yeah. Yeah. That movie is fucking amazing. Pee-wee's Big Adventure is so good.
Bro.
Oh my god. That's one of the only movies that I'll just watch whenever. Teen Wolf, that, Elvis, Citizen Kane. What else is even on? Teen Beach 2.
While I can dream,
Elvis is so good.
please let my dream come true. Whoa, right now, dude. That was on in the car.
I know.
Yeah,
It was good. Oh, you mean today?
yeah.
Oh, it was on yesterday. In the car
Oh,
as well.
okay. I was like, how the fuck you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
good shit, man.
You drove here.
Good shit.
Here.
What were we even talking about? The Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
What's next?
I have, we haven't seen any, this is where I would put like a movie or a video game or a TV show or something that we can talk about that's new and hip and fun.
I don't like this segment. This will be gone in the next episode, guys.
Well, I think if we see something, we can talk about it.
Segment's back on.
But what I put here is, I've been playing Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So I'll just give that a strong recommendation. I know you don't want to talk about it. Let me talk about it.
Yeah, go for it.
This is important to me.
Yeah, go for it,
Suicide
man.
Squad Kill the Justice League is getting a lot of bad reviews. You think this is very funny.
I'm just vibing, bro. Leave me alone. Go on your little discussion.
It's getting a lot of bad reviews, but I think it's excellent. I played it all the way through, and it's great. The story is fun. It's light. It's not an Arkham story, but it's really enjoyable, and the characters are very well written. I played as Captain Boomerang primarily, but the game does a great job of encouraging you to play as all 4 members of the Suicide Squad. And I assume will continue to encourage you to play as new characters as they add them, because the game is a live service model. But it's not a live service model yet, because the Battle Pass doesn't launch until March. I have a free Battle Pass token that came with my copy of the game. The Joker is the first character they're going to add, so he's going to be free. But the problem is that the community, it did not sell very well. And then it also got bad reviews and people didn't enjoy it. So I think the community is going to die pretty fast. So I don't know what kind of legs it has as a live service game. But frankly, if you can get this game for like I bought it for $100. If you can get it for 70 at launch, or if you can get it for even cheaper down the line, it gives you a solid 20 hours of just like playing the campaign completely offline. I mean, I think you have to be like connected to internet, but you don't have to pay anything extra to play the campaign, and it's a fun campaign that's good. There's a lot of, I think, expectation put on the game that it should be, it's developed by Rocksteady, who made the Arkham games, that it should be like those, and it's just not like those. It's a looter shooter, and it's a really fun looter shooter at that, I think. Lots of variety to the gameplay, but also like a nice consistent loop and feeling to it that was enjoyable for me. So I give it a strong recommendation at any price. I think you get a solid 20 hours out of it, whereas like something like the Avengers game that came out a few years ago, that was only like a 10-hour campaign, very linear. This game really has a lot to offer, I think, without having to pay anything extra. So 20 hours, I think, is fair for a $70 price tag, and you can get even more out of it if you continue to play down the line.
No, that was good. I actually enjoyed that.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. That was actually got me like thinking, and I was like, yeah, sounds like a good game.
It is a good game.
You sold me on it. But also, I'd like to talk about my recent gaming experience.
Oh, what's your recent gaming experience?
I've been getting back into the Fortnite.
Well,
it really started last semester. Me and my friend Zoltan would just like play it all the time. Dean would play it sometimes too, but Zoltan and I would get pretty into it when we hang out. And then OG Fortnite came back, and that was super fucking cool because like I just remember playing on the old map as a kid, and dude, it was wild. It really brought back the community. And now it's like,
yeah,
it was really weird.
Resuscitated everything.
Dude, I mean,
that's so interesting.
Servers were backed up for days, and you had to wait. You had to wait like 8 hours just to get to the main menu.
Jesus,
because so many people were getting on Fortnite.
That's crazy.
It was wild.
That today's like the thing that sells now and has sold for the last decade is nostalgia.
Yeah,
and it's super weird that there's nostalgia for things that came out during the nostalgia era of Fortnite came out in 2016, the same year as like Star Wars The Force Awakens came out before
that.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
2016 was 8 years ago.
I know.
And people are like,
oh, I remember the good old days of, and you too.
Yeah.
Like, you
I
feel
think
that
it's
way.
just because it got so big.
Yeah.
And then it was a weird, it's also, I think it's about the time in people's lives.
Right. Because it was sold initially to like middle schoolers.
Yes. And Fortnite it came out and we all played it right before like shit kind of hit the fan. I mean,
again, 2016, so Trump hadn't been elected
right,
yet.
Trump hadn't been elected, but also I just mean like locally, just like, you're entering high school, your schedule's a little bit different, your priorities have kind of changed. You kind of just didn't have as much time for Fortnite. And, they made some mistakes in what they added and things, and it did truly get boring. But the thing I always thought was odd is like, maybe I don't know anything, but it really felt like Fortnite wasn't even played during COVID. Not a lot of people were playing Fortnite, in my experience.
I don't know. To me, Fortnite has been an ever-present part of my existence for the last,
that's interesting,
8 years.
And I don't know how that's possible.
It's never gone away. It's always been around. And also, to me, every time I've played it, whenever I've picked it up because you wanted to play it or whatever, it's felt exactly the same.
That's so interesting.
Nothing has changed.
That's so interesting. Because, as someone who used to play it all the time, it's it really has changed. And I think it's that we spent such formative years not playing it as much, that when that map came back, it was a reminder of... a big thing I was seeing when the OG map came back is, it was like I was, 13 again, playing Like, because people have such profound connections to like the locations in OG Fortnite. It's like memories for
Sure,
them.
yeah. I mean,
People are
it's
like,
a
"Oh
place where you
man,
where
when we
you made a
went
memory
to
with your
fucking
friends.
Lonely Lodge, bro." And
Yeah.
even me, I was like, "Dude, I remember going to Lonely Lodge all the fucking time, like when I was little." And like being able to do that, I think, especially while, most of us who were playing that game are now like entering college and becoming people. I think it was just like a moment to take in like being a kid, and like it's still possible to enjoy like a game like you did when you were little, because that's what everyone talks about. Everyone's like, the games, it just doesn't feel the same playing them now.
I will say I have felt that way about online gaming in recent days. I have not felt like I've been able to get my friends together every night and play
Right.
a game with all of them regularly that we progress together in. You used to play GTA 5 with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
You and I, we would play Friday the 13th with our friends. Yeah. Injustice 2 was a big game that we played when we were in high school. Mm-hmm. So, like, those kinds of memories, those don't really exist in the same way anymore. Like, I'm playing Suicide Squad right now, which is an online game that you can play with your friends, but I played it by myself. But I fucking loved it. And I would compare the experience of playing the campaign of that game to playing the campaign of, like, Arkham Asylum or GTA 5 maybe, or another campaign that I enjoyed in a given game.
Right.
Injustice 2 or something, where I felt like, I don't need other people around to enjoy this. I'm just having a fun time playing this game. And I felt that way with Tears of the Kingdom last year and Pikmin 4. I'm playing Super Mario Wonder by myself, back in... back in the day.
This is another, like, justification of not having friends.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Back in the day, we would play, like,
we also didn't watch the Super Bowl with anybody.
I did.
Oh yeah, you did. I didn't.
I went and watched the Super Bowl.
I had homework.
But back in the day, we played Mario 3D World with our friends all the time, with your friends, because I couldn't make friends. Or we'd play. Our best friend Tommy. I think the first time we ever hung out with him.
Wait, hold up.
Shout out Tom.
Shout out Tom.
We'll have him on the podcast.
Dude,
as
boy is engaged
possible.
though.
Bro is engaged.
Bro is engaged.
That's true.
To a wonderful
lady.
Yeah. Jordan. She's a G. She is a G.
She's a G. She's a G.
She's earned G status.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy her company.
First lockdown of, like, a friend's girlfriend.
It's Tommy.
Of course it's Tommy. But also, like, the fact that it went well is, like, good. Because you can definitely have, like, your friend's wife sucks, and then you're like, all right, that person's out.
No, she's dope.
But Tom will be set. The rest of the guys we'll see.
Yeah.
But
see how it materializes.
How it shakes out over time. I guess Dean's been with Dom forever, and Dom's chill. Dom's super chill. So that'd be good. But what else was I gonna say? Oh, the first time I think we ever hung out with Tommy, we played New Super Mario Bros. Wii with him in our
have no
recollection
recollection
it was being
of that.
constructed. It was like being built, and you and I got in a big fight, as we often do, and Tom had to, like, leave. No. And we were like, we fumbled that. And as has always been the case since the dawn of time, Tom's like, no, it's fine.
He does not give a shit.
Faced with any problem is like, all right, I'll deal with that.
All right.
And he's great at it. I respect
him
such immensely.
A G, bro. I miss him.
He's such a chill guy.
I actually miss him.
Yeah, me too. But anyway,
he's so fucking funny, bro.
He's so funny.
Tom is funny, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, we should have a weekly Tom Glaze section of this, because I could highly go about him for hours, bro. Oh, he's so I could tell stories. Malone Films. Tommy,
Malone
Tommy,
Films.
come on the podcast. We
Come
can
on
talk
the
about
podcast.
Malone Films.
Come on the
We
pod.
can talk about Tommy Safari. They kind of know Tommy.
So goated.
Yeah, they kind
he
of
was
know
on Best
Tommy.
of the Worst.
He was on Best of the Worst. Oh yeah, he was in a lot of our shit.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
he's
he was
great.
a G.
Anyway,
Or he is a G. Said was like he was. Had
yeah, he
passed
was a G,
away.
but he's dead now.
No. Don't even put
You
that
and me
out there,
and
bro.
Tom and Dr. Fishy, chilling, vibing at the apartment.
Yeah, come on, Tom.
We can have MK on the pod sometime.
Hell
See
yeah.
what MK has to say about the world.
Yo, let's go. That'd be so dope. And we can get your girlfriend on the podcast. We should have Jordan on too.
We could have Jordan on.
We could do like a a post engagement breakdown. What was it like?
What was it
I
like?
just thought I
What
was
happened?
going to a hilltop.
I thought I was just going to Wild.
That's every fucking proposal, bro. I thought we were just walking on the beach with flowers everywhere. I just thought that was something we were doing. I had no idea he was going to do it. Yes, you did. You probably knew it that morning, you stupid whore.
Jesus.
I hate people, man.
I know.
I hate people.
You don't want friends.
Though, knowing Jordan, I know that she had that planned. They've like.
Oh
been
yeah,
into
they've
it.
known they were gonna get engaged
Oh,
forever
yeah.
now.
But
Dope.
that's how it should be, bro. I don't even like the idea of springing a proposal on someone.
The idea that you wouldn't know, like the idea that I think of it by myself and I do it without having talked about the possibility of getting married. Like
yeah, that's
if
crazy.
it doesn't feel like they would want, like it might be no. If it
might be no,
even if it's a 1% chance, I'm not gonna fucking do that.
or a 0.001%
Yeah.
chance.
Because I mean, Jordan just wasn't gonna say no. 'Cause
Yeah,
she just,
Jordan
like,
made it
knew
very clear,
that was what was going
and she
on.
made the right decision. Damn it,
Yeah,
Tommy's a G.
Tommy's a G.
Can you imagine, dude, living with Tom the rest of your life?
Oh my god.
He's gonna be a great dad. He's gonna be a great husband. He's already a dope ass boyfriend, bro. Yo, I could glaze on this motherfucker all
Love to
day.
put a Tom
bro.
glazing.
Meow, 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 meow. Tom Glaze.
Little intro for the Tom
That should be the
glazing
title of this
session.
podcast episode. Glazing Tom.
Glazing Tom. We got a lot of ideas for.
Nah,
for
we're
titles.
just good
Shout
friends
out
with
Dr.
Tom.
Fisher.
Tom has always been there for us.
Tom,
you know?
we've known Tom since we were like, I must have been like 9 or 10. when I
Tom's
met
never
Tom.
given up.
And yeah, he's been around.
Yeah.
So, what's next?
We were talking about something.
I was
and then
talking about
brought-
video games. We were
Right,
talking
right.
about
Oh,
video
yeah,
game
old video game
nostalgia.
time.
And how like nowadays, like I play video games by myself, but I still have a nice time.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but you do the same. You play Fortnite by yourself, and you play 2K by
Well,
yourself.
sure. Yeah. I try to play with people as much as I can, but
Well, so do
the
I.
life of
yeah.
a gamer, you're inevitably going to be playing alone.
Yeah, if you're a hardcore gamer like Sullivan is.
Dude, I'm not like a good gamer, and I don't play a lot of games, but I play a couple games, and I
Hardcore.
play them fucking hard,
You
man.
do it all the time.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's kind of where I've
Like
gotten.
I both can't afford 2K24, but I also like I convinced myself that there's more to do in 2K23 until I'm satisfied. Like that's one of the reasons
pretty
I didn't get 2K24, and that's fucking crazy shit. That's hardcore.
Every year when the new 2K comes out, I'm like, thank God, because I'm so tired of this
Really?
last one. Yeah.
I was like, I'll just make another character. I didn't really like my last go around. I'll play fucking 20 seasons with him. Why not?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be bored of this one. I'm already kind of bored of this one.
I'm having such a good time on yours. Well, Finn has a PS5. I don't have a PS5 because I'm poor.
We're having fun with this thing that we're
Dude,
doing right
yeah,
now.
this is
Yeah,
cool. This
Sullivan
is
and I have
cool
been
shit.
playing. Sullivan plays as the Milwaukee Bucks, the current Bucks,
Milwaukee Bucks
who he's
versus every
exceptional as.
2K team.
I play as every team
Every
in
team.
order. So we already went through every current team
Yep.
in the league. I beat him with a few. I beat him with the Hawks. I know the Celtics.
Hawks. Okay, but there's asterisks on some of these. The Hawks, I was like, I'm gonna get Chris Middleton 100 points. So in attempts to get him 100 points, he got the
stopped
lead.
playing well.
He got the lead at the last second,
and I won.
and he won.
I beat you with the
Though
Pelicans.
I was up against you like by 50 points at a certain point.
Yeah.
In that Hawks game. Anyway, what?
I beat you with the Pelicans
That was a legit win.
and the Suns.
Zion's so fucking.
I beat you with the Suns.
Yeah, yes, you did.
I
Ben.
beat you with the
I took
Celtics.
you to overtime. The Suns are the most goated fucking 2K team.
They are a
imaginable.
very good 2K
And
team.
Zion, it's really an issue with Giannis too, but I just don't use Giannis the way that you were using Zion.
Did I beat you with the Clippers?
No,
There was another like early team that I beat you with.
you beat me with the Cavs, didn't you?
Ooh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that. It was fun, and now we're in the classic
You just cut me
teams.
off though. I was saying
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
But now I don't
didn't
even
know you
remember
were
because
on
I'm
the phone.
high. You
Yeah.
can't
Okay.
do
I'm
that,
sorry.
man.
I'm sorry. I'm doing the classic teams. I played as like the '60s Celtics and the '60s
Oh,
Lakers.
no, I was going to talk about the interior defense.
Oh
in
yeah, with
2K24.
Yeah, 2K24. I guess we should just say is an
It's
inferior
not very good.
product.
Yeah,
to
no,
23.
it's not very good.
23 was the best. that we've
23
played.
23's defense was awesome.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
And the meter was great. I really enjoyed like you have to hit the green. And
Yeah.
if you don't make it.
Yeah.
But if you hit the green, you're definitely going to make it. And there's no
Because you get better at hitting.
now
the
you
green.
can like hit the green in this game and it like isn't green enough and you're like, "Well,
Yeah.
why?"
Yeah. And you can also just not hit the green and it still goes in.
Sure.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, that's retarded.
It's a super forgiving game on offense and not a very forgiving game on defense at all. So, you know, it's not a great 2K relative to we've been playing since 21 was a kind of our first one.
God, dude.
21 was good, 22 was better, 23 was even better.
No, I would put 21 second. No, I would probably put 21 first.
Over 23
And that's
just for nostalgia.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years.
I know.
And I'm so nostalgic
I
for
know.
that time. I think it's how depressed this generation is.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like
Every young adult in America
you're always
hates their
yearning for.
lives.
Well, you've also been trained to just love nostalgia. Most like it that didn't used to be
Right.
part of the
Yeah, nobody in the
cultural
80s was
consciousness.
like, ooh, 50s TV.
Right. And then it like you run out of 50 stuff, so they're like, I guess throw some 60 stuff in there, and then it's 70 stuff, and all of a sudden it's stuff from a year ago that they're throwing. Like, what the hell's going on? You know?
I always think it's interesting, though, how, like, we can feel nostalgia for, like, 50s and 60s things and 80s things.
Yeah, because it comes across as a simpler
Yeah, it really does.
time.
I mean, that's really my whole appeal with Twilight Zone.
Right.
Is like I just loved that window of time
Yeah.
with just the 3 networks,
Yeah.
and so nice, dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it was, it's also the kind of thing I like to make. I really enjoy that kind of. I would 100% do like a sitcom. I would shoot a sitcom 100,000%, bro. I really would.
Are you making a joke?
No, I'm dead ass.
You
A studio
You really
sitcom.
want to shoot a sitcom?
Sorry. No,
Boy,
because
do I have a project for you.
No. Because your sitcom isn't really a sitcom. It's a what we're doing is not a multicam sitcom.
It's a single cam sitcom.
and that
And
involves
it's
a lot more.
Always Sunny and
Yeah, it's you're going out and shooting on location. Handheld, there's no studio audience. The cameras move.
Yeah.
And do things. I would love to do a studio multicam sitcom.
like Friends or something.
I love the way that they look. But this is the interesting thing about these old Western shows, especially, is they were basically single cam TV sitcoms because they were shot very sitcom-y esque.
Interesting.
It's just kind of people talking in a Western background. There's camera here, camera there, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Except for the action scenes. I'm talking about like discussion scenes, which a lot of the old shows were, because you had so much budget for one episode.
Right.
So a lot of it was talking, and that's all very sitcom-y. But it was single cam and shot on location. So it was kind of this weird hybrid between the two. And I love that hybrid. Because I would love to shoot, I wouldn't like to be stuck in a studio. But I also, there's an unnecessary extravagance to sitcoms today. that only work in the context of certain things. Those things I don't have as much of an interest as I thought I would.
Yeah. I love those things. I
Yeah.
love like Always
You
Sunny.
love Always Sunny, and
I was shown Workaholics at NYU, which is a pretty funny show, it seems. Things like that.
yeah,
I'm definitely into that. Arrested Development is shot like that.
yep.
That genre of sort of it's almost kind of found footagey. Like The Office is supposed to be found footage. Arrested Development is found footage.
Documentary.
Well, but it's a mockumentary. So
Right.
It's like found. Well, yeah, I guess it's not found footage. I guess I shouldn't say.
Yeah.
It's
Especially The Office.
mockumentary.
You know, they never reference the camera in Arrested Development, I
Right.
don't think. The narrator gets very meta, but
Right.
the characters
But there's no
never do.
motivation to the
Right. It's just there's a
documenting of
camera in places. But The Office has always been, you know, they don't go home with any of the characters, you know.
But in the world of Arrested Development, is there a documentary being shot about these people?
No, eventually there is a movie that they pitch to Ron Howard, who is the narrator of the. You didn't get to this
But
because
that
this
isn't
is
the show.
no, and it's not
Okay.
the show. It's
So
a
the show
movie.
is just
the show
shot
is just shot
like Always Sunny or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. That's what
they
I
don't
thought.
acknowledge the camera.
Yeah. But The Office is like an actual mockumentary.
Yeah. They acknowledge the camera. They do interviews.
Right.
It's very interesting.
Right.
The Office is a really special show.
I know. I
actually.
gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I got into TV over the summer, and I've kind of fallen back out of
I'm
it.
completely out of TV,
Yeah, we don't watch a ton of TV.
dude. I can't do
We
it.
never have.
Oh, actually, I've been getting back into it because my lovely girlfriend is a big fan of television.
Yeah,
Like a huge
most
fan.
people.
I think
are,
most
like,
people are,
really
but
into
she
TV.
watches so much TV,
Yeah,
and she watches movies, and I don't know how she has the time for all of it because I feel drained after watching a movie. I'm like, I don't want to
Me
give
too.
myself to a TV show.
me too.
But she, you know, she's watched all of Family Guy like multiple times. She's a big Community person. She introduced me to Community, which is pretty good. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
She's having me watch Jane the Virgin now, and there's this great show, Never Have I Ever. So awesome. So fucking cool, dude. Legitimately, I'm having a great time with that one. It's not like quality television. I was talking to you a little bit about it. It's
Yeah.
like 13 Reasons Why, kind
Yeah.
of, where
Which
it's
is one of
really
the greatest television
enjoyable.
shows of all time.
Yes, it's so good that it's one of the
13 Reasons
greatest,
Why.
but it's not actually good. You know,
yeah. Speaking of things we have nostalgia for from like
ooh,
5 years ago,
Damn, dude.
13 Reasons Why.
A better time. A better time.
The greatest experience I've ever had watching a TV show.
Oh yeah. And it was every
Joyous.
episode.
Every episode was
Memories.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful to witness that show. And it got better every season. Season 4 is the best season of that
it's
show.
so fucking-
It's
I don't know.
so-
Season 3
Season
so
3
damn
is
good,
more
bro.
legitimately good.
Yeah.
But season 4 is so off the deep end insane, which is what you want out of
Yeah.
that show. Like the AIDS thing.
That thing is
Crazy.
wild.
Or the future.
The guy who's been doing heroin
flash forward.
shots in the streets for years now as a homeless kid
He gets
got
AIDS.
AIDS not
In the
because
last
of
episode.
needles, but because of gay butt sex
that he had to do to
that
get
he had to
the
do
needles.
to get
Which
the
were
needles.
clean needles, apparently.
Yeah, it's
He
so
just got
weird
it from
that
the gay
you
sex.
wouldn't
They
just
specified, too. You could have just left that up to interpretation.
Right.
And also, this all happens in the last episode of the
yeah,
show.
he dies of
They
AIDS.
just
He gets
reveal
the
that he has
diagnosis
AIDS.
of AIDS, and it wasn't even like he was having problems
No.
episodes
He
prior.
was having, like addiction problems.
yes,
But not AIDS
he
problems.
suddenly collapsed. Remember, he collapses in the gymnasium.
No.
I think that's what happens. And then he wakes up in the hospital and they're like, you have AIDS. And then the next scene is everyone coming in and saying goodbye to him.
Yeah.
And
then
you're
he's
like,
dead.
yeah. I would have loved an extra season of AIDS, Justin.
That would have been great.
Because it really feels like they just wrapped that shit up.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got AIDS and now he's dying.
Well, remember the running thing of that season was that every episode would start with somebody giving a eulogy at a funeral, and then it would
yeah,
it's
and
the
you
same
don't
funeral
know
the
that
whole
it's
season, and then they would
Justin's.
flash back, and it's like the backstory of how we got to that point. Except that only happens in the last episode when Justin gets
I
diagnosed.
think it's because
with-
every
and then
other...
dies of AIDS.
I think it's because every other season had, like,
A thing.
like people
The
talking
tapes,
to
and then
the... in the lawyer.
What's season 2? Oh yeah, the
That's the first season, I think.
no, season 1 is just the tapes.
Oh, yeah.
Season 2 is the trial. Season 3 is
It's that
Bryce
bitch.
stuff.
No, it's all. Who's that
Allie?
bitch?
Is that her name?
No,
Annie?
no, she's like it's like a foreign name. She's like French or something.
You're talking about the new girl.
Yes.
The black girl.
Yes.
Her name's Annie.
No, it isn't.
A-N-I.
Ani.
Annie.
Wasn't it Ani or something?
But I think it's Annie. I think is how they pronounce it
I
in
don't
the
think
show.
so.
Anyway, but it's her.
Yes, and she's doing an interview. Don't you remember this? Where she's like, "Yeah, I'm the new girl."
And she's explaining her relationship with Bryce. Because
Yes.
Bryce died.
Yes.
That's the thing of season 3 is who killed Bryce.
Oh right. No, it's Zoom trial. Don't you remember? They're all in the empty office being recorded for review in trial.
No.
I
I
damn
think you're right.
Yes.
But I don't remember it consciously.
Everyone's in the white room because the mom lawyers up after Bryce dies. Don't you remember?
No.
Damn.
I know. I remember him dying. I remember being like, oh, I feel, and
Dude,
the stuff with
he
his
is so
relationship
well
with
written.
Annie.
Holy
He's a very well written
shit.
character. And
Season 3 was legitimately
season 3 is the
good television.
closest that show got to being legit good.
Yeah.
It also had like the
Some
abortion
of the
scene.
funniest scenes. Oh, well, let's scratch what you just said with what I just said. I mean, the abortion scene is funny, but not in the way that.
Well,
you
it's
might
funny
think.
that it exists. It's not funny to watch, but it's like, why would you film? Why would there
Well,
be
it's
just a
also
2-minute
the
scene
lead
of a
up.
character getting an
Yeah,
abortion?
it's weird to shoot.
And the lead up is funny.
It's
The-
that
the-
weird.
the reveal that she has to get an abortion. Basically.
Yeah, it's that weird show that 13 Reasons Why kind of started. That like Euphoria
They
esque.
started the new era. Of
Yes.
it, but that show has always existed.
Well, no, but like the new
teen
super
drama.
graphic-y
Yeah.
stuff really
yeah,
started
the notion
with
of
13
like,
Reasons
oh,
Why.
the streamer allows us to put whatever we want
Yeah.
out there that can be really. It's like the next step from HBO, like
Yeah.
and HBO was always high class, so they never had the like
Right.
shitty.
But now Euphoria
show.
is like
But yeah, no, Euphoria and
people are getting
and like
raped
you said, like
and
Never Have
assaulted
I
and
Ever.
shit. Never Have I Ever is
not as graphic.
Oh, not at all. Never Have I Ever is like
but it's
rated
like a
G.
teeny bopper
Yeah,
show.
it's a teeny bopper show. It's so fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, great show.
So that was our discussion of Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice.
Is that really where we
Yeah.
were, huh?
Yeah.
God, that's so cool, bro.
That was like the goal of the podcast.
Yeah,
Is to do
you
what we
just-
just did. I bring up a point, I go on it for a minute, and then
It
we just kind
works.
of like go.
It worked.
The podcast is good, and this is all worth listening to. So that brings us to our final point. Every week we'll end the podcast with an NBA check-in.
Oh no, what I would like to do my segment.
Oh, what's your segment? I didn't
My
know you
movie
had segments.
segment.
Oh,
Do you remember when I told you about this yesterday?
I don't. Did you pitch it?
I pitched it to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, no, we'll
don't
do your
remember it.
segment first, and we'll just.
Well, I wanted to end on.
Oh, you
mine.
wanted to end on
Yeah.
it? Okay, we got another segment that we're gonna do every week. I had this conversation with Finn yesterday. We both remembered it. No, we were talking about movies as we often do. And I was like, I really need to revamp my favorite movies list. And
Oh, I do remember.
and
you
I
talking
was
about
like,
this.
but really, something I've always wanted to do is just find out every movie that I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did you do research on this? Or are you like prepared for this? Or?
yeah,
Okay.
and I was, I was thinking, like, what's a way to be reminded of some classic films that could break my top movies ever list that I've just am kind of forgetting about. So I combined these two ideas. Finn is going to pull up Wikipedia and go through every decade of American film since however early it allows it. And we're going to go a decade each episode and just breeze through most of them. We can give some hot spots on if there's, some classic movies in there. And I'll maybe add some to my new list of top movies.
So it goes back to 1860.
1860. Give it to me.
I don't think you've seen any movies from back then.
I think I have, man.
I think we should start in like the 1910s, maybe.
No. You gotta go to 1860.
Oh boy. Okay. This is gonna not go very well. So it doesn't go to 1860.
Yeah, I was about to say it should go to 1880 or 1890.
It goes to 18. Okay, so it's 1870s in film, but it doesn't have any films. It just has like events related to, I assume, the progression of film as a.
Oh, there's a list of films.
1880s.
1880s has a list of films.
List of films.
Yeah.
1885 in film. Here we go.
Beautiful.
Oh, no.
Okay. So
1886. Nope. 1887.
Woo!
Films. Man walking around a corner.
No.
Okay. 1888. Films. Round hay garden scene.
No.
Accordion player.
No.
Traffic crossing Leeds Bridge.
No.
Horse and rider jumping over an obstacle.
No.
That's 1888.
Cool.
1889. Leisurely pedestrians, open-topped buses, and handsome cabs with trotting horses.
No. That's the single title?
Yeah.
Wow.
Monkey Shines #1.
I have not seen that.
All right. That's the 1880s in film.
All right.
So that was the segment for this week.
Next week we'll be back with 1890s films.
Do you want to do the 1890s?
Sure.
London's Trafalgar Square.
No.
Monkey Shines #1 again.
No.
Moschina.
No.
Traffic in Kings Road.
No.
Okay. 1891. Here we go.
This is cool.
This is very exciting. Dixon Greeting.
I'm excited to see what the first movie I've ever seen is.
Dixon Greeting.
No.
Duncan and Another Blacksmith Shop.
No.
Duncan Smoking.
No.
Duncan or Devinold with Muslin Cloud. This is kind of a fun segment to just list off insane movie titles.
Is that an American film?
It is directed by William K.L. Dixon and William Heiss and starring Fred C.
Read
Devinold
that title
and
one more
James
time.
C. Duncan. Duncan or Devinold with Muslin Cloud. Nonsense.
Right. No, I have not seen that.
Men Boxing.
No.
Monkey and Another Boxing.
Oh, wait.
That's Monkey and Another, boxing.
Monkey and Another Boxing?
Yeah.
Do you
So
think...
it's two monkeys boxing.
Are you... And I mean this legitimately. I'm afraid that those are not monkeys that they're
I think they are.
Okay.
I don't think they would call a movie that.
Well, I don't know.
I don't think
This
that
is the
was how they were
1890s.
commonly referenced. I think that was like an insult they would throw at them.
Well, maybe that's, that's old
We'll
movies.
move on from that. Newark Athlete.
No.
French movie. Je vous
No.
I'm Le Vague.
No.
Two Fencers.
No.
That's 1891.
Woo!
1892. Le Clown et ses chiens.
No.
Pauvre Pierrot.
No.
Un bon boc.
No.
Le Prince de Gaia.
No.
Fencing.
No.
A Handshake.
No.
Man on Parallel Bars.
No.
Wrestling.
No.
Boxing.
No.
Made by Edison Manufacturing Company? Boxing?
No.
Okay, just making sure. 1893. Blacksmith Scene.
No.
Horseshoeing.
No.
Rabbits.
No.
That's 1893. 1894. Crows on Saffron Hill.
No.
Haycart crossing Hadley Green, Middlesex.
No way.
That's Haycart crossing Hadley Green, Middlesex.
The comma is crazy. That's crazy. Okay, all right, keep going.
That was directed by Burt Akers.
No.
BIRT. Bird.
Bird.
Like bird.
Bird.
Auteur
No.
d'une cabine. Rêve au coin du feu.
No.
Falling cat.
No.
Chat and shoot libre.
No.
Eleni's boxing monkeys.
No.
Amateur gymnast number 2.
No.
Annabelle butterfly dance.
No.
Annabelle sun dance.
No.
Annie Oakley.
No.
Armand Derry.
No.
Athlete with wand.
No.
Babies in high chairs.
No.
Band drill.
No.
A barroom scene.
No.
The barber shop.
No.
Bertoldi mouth support.
No.
Bertoldi table contortion.
No.
Boxing.
No.
The boxing cats.
No.
Bucking Broncho.
No.
Buffalo Bill.
No.
Buffalo Dance.
No.
Caicedo with pole.
No.
Caicedo with spurs.
No.
Carmencita, starring Carmencita.
No.
The Carnival Dance.
No.
Chinese laundry scene.
No.
Chinese opium den.
No.
The cockfight.
No.
Cockfight number 2.
No.
Corbett and Courtney before the kinetograph.
No.
Cupid's dance.
No.
Dance.
No.
Dance du ventre.
No.
The dancing clown.
No.
The Dixon experimental sound film.
No.
Dogs fighting.
No.
Edison employee panic.
No.
Picnic. I'm sorry. Edison
Picnic.
employee
No.
picnic. Fancy club swinger.
No.
Finale of first act Hoyt's milk white flag.
No.
Fire rescue scene.
No.
Fred Ott holding a bird.
No.
Starring Fred Ott. Fred Ott's sneeze.
Starring Fred.
Starring Fred Ott.
No way. No.
French dancers.
No.
Glenroy Bros number 2.
No.
Hadj Sheriff.
No.
Starring Hadji Sheriff.
No.
Highland Dance.
No.
The Hornbacker Murphy fight.
No.
Human Pyramid.
No.
Imperial Japanese Dance.
No.
Lady Fencers with broadswords.
No.
Lady Fencers with foils.
No.
Lasso Exhibition.
No.
Lasso Thrower.
No.
Leonard Cushing fight.
No.
Luis Martinetti Contortionist.
No.
Man of a Thousand Faces.
No.
May Lucas.
No.
Men on Parallel Bars.
No.
Mexican Knife Duel.
No.
Miss Lucy Murray.
No.
Millie Capitaine.
No.
Organ Grinder number 1.
No.
Organ Grinder number 2.
No.
Oriental Dance.
No.
The Pickaninny Dance.
No.
From the Passing Show.
No.
That was the full title. Rat Killing.
No.
Rats and Terrier number 2.
No.
Rats and Terrier number 3.
No.
Rats and Weasel.
No.
Ruth Dennis.
No.
Starring Ruth St. Dennis. Sandow.
No.
Sheikh Haji Tahar.
No.
See You Ghost Dance.
No.
Somersault Dog.
No.
Sword Combat.
No.
Topak and Steel.
No.
Toyu Kichi.
No.
Trained Bears.
No.
Trapeze.
No.
Unsuccessful Somersault.
No.
Walton and Slavin.
No.
Whirlwind Gun Spinning.
No.
The Widder.
No.
Wonderful Performing Dog.
No.
The Wrestling Dog.
No.
Wrestling Match.
No.
Miss Jerry.
No.
That is all of 1894.
All right.
1895. Acrobaticious Potpourri. No. Annabelle Serpentine Dance.
No.
The Baby's Meal.
No.
Bauerntance Zweier Kinder.
No.
Really? You haven't seen that one?
I actually haven't. No.
Billy Edwards and the Unknown, a.k.a. Billy Edwards Boxing.
All right. No.
The Blacksmiths.
No.
Boat Leaving the Port.
No.
Boxing Kangaroo.
No.   No.
Card Party.
No.
La Charcuterie Mécanique.
No.
Demolition of a Wall.
No.
'The Derby.
No.
'The Dixon Experimental Sound Film.
'No.
The Execution of Mary Stuart.
No.
Incident at Clovelly College.
No.
Fishing for goldfish.
No.
Opening of the Kiel Canal.
No.
The Oxford and Cambridge University boat race.
No.
Cordeliers Square in Lyons.
No.
Photograph.
No.
The Photographical Congress arrives in Leon.
No.
Princess Ali, aka Egyptian Dance.
No.
Rough Sea at Dover.
No.
Le Saut à la Couverture.
No.
Serpentine in Tans.
No.
La Rousseur Rose.
No.
Swimming in the Sea.
No.
Transformation by Hats, Comic View.
No. Truly. I love old communication.
Trilby Hypnotic Scene.
No.
Trilby Death Scene.
No.
La Voltige.
No.
Das Wintergarten Program.
No.
Workers leaving the Lumiere factory.
No.
You haven't seen... That's actually a genuine question. You haven't seen Workers leaving the Lumiere factory?
Oh. No, I don't think I have.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no.
The dog walks out?
Oh, God, that does sound very familiar.
I bet you have.
I think I have seen that.
Where do you think it ranks among your favorite films of all time?
It's not there, but what is it called?
Workers leaving the Lumiere factory. I think you've seen a couple of the ones I've said.
No, I really haven't.
The Baby's Meal?
No. I know that one.
You haven't seen The Baby's Meal?
Never seen it.
Are you serious? I've seen The Baby's Meal. Have you seen, you haven't seen The Sneeze?
No.
Or the boxing one? The Edison boxing one? That's crazy. I've seen all those.
All right.
Get good, bro. Lion.
No.
We're into 1896 now.
Oh, nice. Ooh, this is a big year.
Pelicans.
No.
London Zoological Gardens. Sorry, both of those have subtitles. Lion, London Zoological Gardens. Pelicans, London Zoological Gardens.
Cool.
The Cabbage Fairy.
No.
Le Chapeau de Tabarin.
No.
Les Clubmen.
No.
Les Concierges.
No.
Les Demolisseurs.
No.
Chez Le Barbier.
No.
The Boxing Kangaroo.
No.
Boxing Match or Glove Contest.
No.
Dancing Girls.
No.
Landing at Low Tide.
No.
Rough Sea at Dover.
No.
Yarmouth finish. Nope. Yarmouth fishing boats leaving harbor.
No.
Carga de Rurales.
No.
Un duelo a pistola en el bosque de Chapultepec.
No.
Duel au pistolet.
Unfortunately not.
You haven't seen Un duelo a pistola en el bosque de Chapultepec? Duel au pistolet?
No.
Oh, really? I love that film. Arrival of a train at Vincennes Station.
That's true. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Currently presumed to be a lost film. I just looked at you, and you looked like one of those guys, because Sullivan has his tongue in his cheek right now. You look like one of those guys that would be on, like, SBSK with, like, the tumors all over?
Yeah.
That grow all over their
Yeah.
faces? You look like one of those guys.
Arrival of a Train, though, is the Lumiere Bros.
It's a different film,
one.
I believe. A lightning sketch.
No.
A nightmare.
No.
A serpentine dance.
No.
A terrible night.
No.
Conjurer making 10 hats in 60 seconds.
No.
Conjuring.
No.
Miss de Vere, English jig.
No.
The Haunted Castle.
Yes.
You've seen The Haunted
I
Castle?
have seen The Haunted Castle.
AKA The House of the Devil, AKA The Devil's Castle.
I did not know that it was called those other things, but yes, The Haunted Castle. It's like the first horror movie. I think that's what it's famous for.
Maybe. Let me see. Yeah, has been considered to be technically the first horror film.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is neat.
Jones taught you that?
Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't part of his lesson, but...
He just was like...
Yeah, no, man. Arrival of a Train is 1896.
I'm about to get there.
Oh, it's a different one, huh?
It's a different one. That wasn't a Lumiere one. It was...
So interesting.
It's a Méliès.
Oh! I love him.
This one, though, that one, though, is a Lumiere. The one that you've seen is a Lumiere.
Yeah, I know.
The Rag Picker.
No.
The Rescue on the River,
No.
The Vanishing Lady,
No.
Playing Cards,
No.
Post No Bills,
No.
Watering the Flowers,
No.
Arab Cortege Geneva,
No.
Arrival of a Train at La Ciotat.
That's Lumiere Bros.
Yep.
I love that movie.
Contrary
So
to myth,
cool.
Arrival of a Train at La Ciotat, it was not shown at the Lumiere's first public film screening on December 28th, 1895, in Paris, France. The program of 10 films shown that day makes no mention of it. Its first public showing took place in January 1896. Bataille de Boule de Neige,
Nope.
Carmo drawing out the coke,
No.
Childish Quarrel,
Mm-mm.
Children digging for clams,
Mm-mm.
Demolition d'une Moor,
Mm-mm.
Dragoons crossing the Saône,
Nope.
Loading a boiler,
No, but that sounds interesting.
New York Broadway at Union Square. That's where I used to live.
Yay. No.
New York Brooklyn Bridge,
No.
Poultry Yard,
No.
Pompiers à Lyon,
No.
Promenade of Ostriches, Paris
No.
Botanical Gardens, Serpentine Dance,
No.
Gestoord Hengelar,
No.
Spelende Kinderen,
Nope.
Zwemplatz voor Jongelingen te Amsterdam.
Nope.
You haven't seen Zwemplatz voor Jongelingen te Amsterdam?
Jongelingen.
Jongelingen. You will
Jongelingen.
go to Jongelingen.
You will go to Jongelingen. Shout out
Indiana
Temple
Jones,
of
the
Dome.
Temple of Doom.
Doom.
Temple of Dome.
Temple of Dome. Yo, that's crazy.
Temple of Dome.
Temple
is
of Dome
crazy.
goes crazy, bro.
Gestoorde. Oh,
Willie
no, I already read
gives
that.
Dome.
Barnett Horse Fair.
No.
Blackfriars Bridge.
No.
Comic Costume Race.
No.
Rough Sea at Dover.
No.
The Twins Tea Party.
Mm-mm.
2 a.m. or The Husband's Return.
Nope.
I want to make sure I know what that is. Okay. Feeding the Doves.
No.
The Kiss.
Yes. Edison. Right?
William Heiss.
Of Edison Co.
Yes.
Yeah.
For Thomas Edison.
Yep. Very interesting movie. It's important to point out that these movies are not movies. They're singular clips. So
Yeah,
far.
they're
So far
what
there is.
movies were in 1895
Yes.
when film was
They were
first
about.
invented.
They were about 20-second clips.
if that.
If that. That's
Yeah.
That's
That
considered
would be a really
feature
long.
length.
People would be like, "This thing's
Holy
fucking
shit,
It would
get
be like
this
seeing
going.
Killers of the Flower Moon today,
Ugh.
you know.
Yeah.
But it would be 20 seconds long.
Yeah. So far we have not
So,
gotten to a
for
movie
everybody who thinks that attention
with a
spans
cut.
have gotten worse. Maybe you're wrong. Maybe think about what films used to be back in the day.
I agree.
Even shorter. They've only gotten longer. Dancing Darkies.
No, I've not seen that. That's rough.
Next one
Oh, no.
wouldn't be bad without this context. So that guy made 2 films in 1896. The first one was Dancing Darkies, which is not great. His second film, A Watermelon Feast.
No way. Why is that funny? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's very interesting.
that is
though.
very interesting. William Cale Dixon. Are you familiar with him?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Good. Le Coucher de la Marie.
No.
McIntyre's X-ray film.
No.
McKinley at Home, Canton, Ohio.
No. I've read about that.
It's a reenactment of William McKinley
Yeah.
receiving the Republican nomination for president of the
yeah.
United States.
It's like the first biopic
That's very
film.
interesting. That's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah. Because then he died, of course, as depicted in Assassins,
Yeah.
the first musical I ever directed.
Yeah.
A Morning Alarm.
No.
A sea cave near Lisbon.
No.
Up the river.
No.
Okay. Are we going? Are we going all the way to 99?
Yeah.
97.
97.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
Come on, let's go.
After the bell.
No.
After the ball. I'm sorry.
Everyone's enjoying this. No.
I'm sure.
I think it's fun.
This is sort of like
think it's interesting.
the ROM when they do
yeah.
like,
It's a good bit.
Jerry
dude.
what's that guy's name?
Jerry Springer episode.
Jerry Springer episode titles.
Yeah.
They're just listing it off
Or
for a
the
half
death
hour.
metal band.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
enjoying it. I don't give a shit if
We can
anyone
put
likes
time
it, though.
codes too, so people can see
Yeah,
this
sure,
if they don't
sure.
like it. Baignade dans le torrent.
No.
La Bandera Argentina.
No.
Between Calais and Dover.
No.
The Bewitched Inn.
No.
Buffalo Police on Parade.
No.
The Cabinet of Mephistopheles.
No.
Chicago Police Parade.
No.
The Corbett Fitzsimmons Fight.
No.
Cupid and Psyche.
No.
An hallucinated alchemist.
No.
Faust and Marguerite.
No.
The Haunted Castle. Separate.
Is it a separate one?
Separate, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it.
The Haverstraw Tunnel.
No.
Horses loading for Klondike.
No.
The Hypnotist at Work.
No.
Kursel med Grönlandske Hunde.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Last Cartridges.
No.
Leander Sisters.
Nope.
Leaving Jerusalem by Railway.
No.
Lurline Baths.
No.
Making Sausages.
No.
The Milker's Mishap.
No.
New Pillow Fight.
No.
Niagara Falls.
Nope.
Old Man Drinking a Glass of Beer.
No. I've heard about that.
On the Roofs.
No.
Peeping Tom.
No.
Prince Ranjit Singh practicing batting in the nets.
No.
Salida de la Misa de Doce de la Iglesia del Pilar de Zaragoza.
No.
Sea fighting in Greece.
No.
Seminary Girls.
No.
Spanish bullfight.
Yes.
The Lumiere movie? You've
Yes.
seen it? I've not seen it. I don't think.
Spanish bullfight. I love that, dude. Why can't we go back to that kind of nostalgia?
Are you ordering them? Are you ranking them right now?
No, I'm just
Okay.
writing them.
I thought we would look at the ranking at the end of the
Ooh, that
segment.
would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I can rank them.
You should rank them as I'm going here.
I will do that.
Okay. Spanish bullfight. The Surrender of Tournavos.
No.
Sutro Baths #1.
No.
A 20th Century Surgeon.
No.
The X-Rays.
No.
That is 1897.
Ooh.
98. Here we go.
This is good.
The Accursed Cavern.
No.
The Astronomer's Dream.
No.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
What?
Hold on. Bro,
What?
I think it is A Trip to the Moon.
Let me see. Yeah, that is A Trip to the Moon.
Yeah, it says re-released in 1899 as A Trip to the Moon.
Yeah,
Have you seen A Trip to the Moon?
I have.
I thought so, yeah.
But I'm gonna put that at 18.
Okay, that's fine. The Ball Game.
No.
The Cavalier's Dream.
No.
The Cave of the Demons.
No.
Come Along, Do.
No.
Corbett and Sharky Fight.
No.
The Corsican Brothers.
No.
The Damnation of Faust.
Mm-mm.
Doers, It's Scotch.
No.
Don Juan Tenorio.
No.
Eiffel Tower.
No.
Ella Lola alla Trilby.
Nope.
Faust and Mephistopheles.
No.
The Four Troublesome Heads.
No.
The Humpty Dumpty Circus.
No.
Jizo the Spook.
No.
Jesus.
That's a wild one.
Sorry, everybody. That's the title of the film.
You had to do what you had to do.
The Magician. It's like reading To Kill a Mockingbird. in
Yeah,
class.
it's
You just
uncomfortable.
kind of have to do it. The Magician.
No.
The Mesmerist.
No.
The Miller and the Sweep.
No.
The Nearsighted School Teacher.
No.
A Novice at X-Rays.
No.
Pack Train on Chilkoot Pass.
No.
Panorama de Manila.
No.
Photographing a Ghost.
No.
Santa Claus.
Nope.
Shinen no Sose,
No.
aka Resurrection of a Ghost.
No.
Smich a Plach.
No.
Laugh in Tears.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Surrender of General Toral.
No.
A Switchback Railway.
No.
99. Here we go.
Whoo.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
The Patha. It's a French film.
I think. Wait, let me look it up.
It doesn't have a page on Wikipedia, otherwise I'd show it to you or read further. But I'm just gonna keep on talking
Hold on.
as you look it up. I know, but we don't want it to die.
Yeah.
You know, we want to keep
I
the
got you.
sound going.
Oh no,
here.
no. Sorry.
You've never
sorry.
seen it.
No.
Okay.
This is an animated film.
Oh,
Interesting.
are you talking about the Disney film that was released in 1991?
Oh, I put in 1999.
Oh,
18.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was it the Disney animated film?
No, it was.
It was a separate
yeah.
animated Beauty and the Beast film? That's very interesting. Came out in 1999. Was it a sequel to the Disney one?
No, it was very independent looking.
Very independent looking. It seemed a little advanced for 1899, do you think?
Very.
Would have been a pretty impressive.
No, I have not seen this one.
Okay, you've never seen it.
Though I found it on YouTube. Very
Nice.
interesting.
A lot of them are on YouTube.
It's so fascinating, bro.
Have you ever seen Gertie the Dinosaur? We'll get there
No,
eventually.
I know you
Goated
love that
film.
one.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
The Biter Bit.
No.
Cagliostro's Mirror.
No.
Cinderella.
No.
Cleopatra.
No.
Cripple Creek.
It's so
Ballroom
interesting
Scene.
though, because now like there's stories. Like there's like Cinderella and like Beauty and the Beast.
Sure, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's so
like,
fascinating.
It's not just like old man drinking.
Old
a
man
beer.
drinking a beer. It's
Yeah.
now like it's so cool how
Yeah.
how it develops.
That's true. Cripple Creek Ballroom Scene.
No.
The Demon Barber.
No.
The Devil in a Convent.
Mm-mm.
The Dreyfus Affair.
Mm-mm.
The Haunted House.
No.
How Would You Like to Be the Iceman?
Mm-mm.
The Jeffries Sharkey Fight.
No.
Kidnapping by Indians.
No.
King John.
No.
The Kiss in the Tunnel.
No.
Major Wilson's Last Stand.
No.
A Midnight Episode.
No.
The Miser's Doom.
No.
A Mysterious Portrait.
No.
Pillar of Fire.
No.
Column of Fire?
Huh?
The Column of Fire?
No.
Okay. Raising Spirits.
Nope.
That's the 1890s.
Really?
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 So, what's your list as it stands today?
Well, hold up.
Okay.
1 second.
I'll hold up. I'm going to take a sip of water. As I wait here,
Yeah. All right. I have my list.
let's hear your list.
You want 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
5 to 1.
5 to 1. The worst movie I've seen in 1890s. This is awesome.
This is sick.
Spanish bullfight. Lumiere brothers.
Mid? Would you say mid or
It's
is
just
it
like
still pretty good?
Yeah, all this stuff is kind of hard. It comes down to subject.
I wonder
it
where
comes
these
down-
films will rank in comparison to like RoboCop.
Yeah. It comes down for these silent, like one shot static films.
Yeah.
It comes down to what they're shooting and
Right.
and how interesting that is. And
Right.
I don't really give a shit about Spanish bullfights.
That's fair. What's next?
Workers leaving the Lumiere brothers factory.
That's an all-timer for me.
When
do
you
love that
reminded me
movie.
of the dog, it came back to me.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I kind of like
and
that
I
movie.
can picture that dog.
I like that they staged it.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think it's cool that
It's like, well, what
not
do we
actually
do
a
here,
documentary.
guys?
Yeah. Why don't you all leave work?
It was literally just like capturing life.
It's
dude.
amazing.
It's so fascinating,
it's
and it's
genuinely
so
awesome.
depressing.
All these that we are talking about right now, by the way, you can probably find on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
You should go watch them.
Yeah, it's
They'll
dope.
only take you, this will take you 5 minutes to watch all these.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah. I think the longest one on here is the Haunted Castle.
What's next?
The Haunted Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Very good. It suffers from being very dark looking, and that doesn't work with the cameras
Right.
as well.
Right.
But like I've seen some of the colorized versions, and it's pretty okay. Like they did a good job restoring it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very interesting. It's not like a Dracula person, but it's like some weird.
Yeah, sort of like Nosferatu-ish.
Yeah.
Like, just like a fucked up guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
Nice.
Number 2 is The Kiss. I
haven't
always
seen it.
remember watching this in film class. You haven't seen it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Edison, The Kiss.
Oh, maybe I have. I think I might
It was
have.
just this. It was like this older couple, and
Yeah.
they just kind of look at each other and go, "Man."
Yeah.
It was the first, piece of romance ever captured on film.
Yeah, it was the
I
first
guess
kiss ever captured
first,
on film.
first, really sexual touch. Like it was very provocative. Like it was a big deal at the time.
I'm sure.
It was like, hey man, you can't put that shit on camera. I mean, Psycho is the first time anyone saw a toilet on camera,
And that was like
that was
70
years
after
later.
this.
So kissing was a really big fucking deal, and I always thought that was so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's wild. Like people paid to watch two people kiss for 20 seconds, and then left a theater, and were like, money well spent.
Yeah.
Because it was back then.
Yeah.
That was like
Well,
top
it was
tier
like,
entertainment.
It was sort of like today, like if you buy like a VR headset or something, like
right.
it's more for the novelty of it at that time,
Right.
than for like any kind of like meaningful artistic experience
Sure.
in its own right.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it, actually.
So what's your number one?
My number one is Arrival of a Train. It's just too
It's too classic. It's too famous.
Like,
it's awesome.
yeah, it's the greatest.
It is awesome.
It's cool, and I don't give a shit if the story is fake of like the audience freaking out and thinking a train was about to come. But I love that story, and I hope it's true.
Yeah, for those who don't know,
Yeah.
this is back before film was like a thing people could just see.
Go and see. They used to do these like exhibition events where basically like imagine like some guy holding the flyer out in the street and going, "Hey, we're showing this," and then you take the ultimate gamble of going into like this weird room and watching this, experimental footage. A lot of people were freaked the fuck out, man.
Yeah, and they thought they played a video of a train moving towards the camera,
Right.
And
they
people thought the train was going to hit them.
Yeah, they
were
thought the
like,
train
"Holy
was going to
shit, this
come through the
train's gonna
screen
hit
and hit them. It's so bizarre.
That's crazy.
Because nobody, I mean, some people, I guess, have seen movies that are a lot before this, more than I had thought.
Yeah. But it wasn't common.
They weren't released, and it wasn't like a...
Yeah.
It's so fascinating. The history of film is crazy interesting. And it's so cool now and sad now because you really can see, like, the mountain. Like, there are peaks.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, we are in a downward slope.
I think with 2020, as of 2022, we're in an upward slope.
Maybe a little bit. It's got to do a better job.
I think it was going down and down and down, and now we're going.
It's got to be a little bit more inventive. It's time to do something different.
There have been a lot of
the
different kind of things in the last couple of years.
Yeah. I don't know. We're entering this weird... It's weird socially and it's weird culturally and all these... It's interesting now because people can have opinions about what movies should be that shouldn't have opinions about them.
Right, and voice them publicly
Right.
and make them like,
And then studios
important
really
to
have no choice but to listen to them because
Right.
it's... So then you get a lot of shit where it's like, it's style over substance. Oh, it looks really good, but the story's super lacking. There's been a very visual focus in the last few years. And, good stories are still being told, obviously. But it's very visual. And it is a visual medium, but you need the balance of both. You need a good story.
That's a very interesting take.
Thank you.
Do you want to move to the last segment?
Yeah, I enjoyed that, though.
That
I'm
was a
looking
good
forward to
segment.
the 1900s.
Me as well. This last segment is the NBA check-in that we'll do at the end of each episode, where we talk about... Sullivan is a Milwaukee Bucks fan. I am a Boston Celtics fan.
That's right.
And we'll chat about where we think our teams are. This week, the big news, of course, the trade deadline occurred.
That's right.
The Milwaukee Bucks picked up Patrick Beverley.
Yeah.
And the Boston Celtics picked up Xavier Tillman. That was our big acquisition. how are you feeling about your Bucks? Of course, your Bucks recently fired their coach as well.
Yeah, we fired my boy Adrian Griffin. I am totally comfortable with that decision. I wish the replacement wasn't Doc Rivers, but it is, and I think it might be a slight improvement. You know,
It ought to be. It hasn't been. It hasn't shown up in the record.
it has not showed up in the record until we got my main man, Patrick Beverley. Here's something I've always said about the Milwaukee Bucks. They are like their coach, Mike Budenholzer, and them. They were all just. They felt like local people. They felt like the classic nice Wisconsinite who's just like, oh yeah, you know. And their losses were so inconsequential to them, and their success was like, yeah, it's nice if we have it, but hey, we don't need it. We don't need it. I'm just like a nice, Milwaukee person.
Yeah.
And Patrick Beverley comes in, and he's like, I don't know. The thing that worked on that championship team was we had a dog in PJ Tucker.
That's true.
Who told everyone,
That's true.
Hey, motherfuckers, let's win this, and let's go out and play our fucking darndest and be upset at ourselves if we don't.
Yeah.
And that's what Patrick Beverley, a lot of these Bucks losses, I haven't seen any of our players frustrated until very recently.
Yeah.
Recently, I noticed Giannis being like, this is
the
ridiculous.
Giannis element of it, because when you get him into that fuck you mode, he becomes like Jordan-esque.
Yeah.
But he's too nice most of the
Yeah.
time.
It's so exciting that we have Patrick Beverley. We're 2-0 with Patrick Beverley against the Hornets, which I was like, well, we should beat the Hornets. We beat them by 40, which made me happy because it means we can dominate a team at that level.
Well, and you guys choked against the Jazz 2 games before,
Yeah.
so it wasn't like just because a team's bad, you guys will destroy them.
Right. And then
And the Blazers you lost to.
But then we played the fucking Denver Nuggets tonight.
And destroyed them.
Yeah, we beat them by about 20.
I turned the game off after the first half because I was like, this is boring. The Bucks are destroying the Nuggets.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And they're healthy. Jokic was playing. Jamal Murray was
Yeah.
playing. Everybody. Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon.
So this game tonight showed me two things. Is that, the Bucks might be all right if Patrick Beverley is around. I think that's a really great pickup. And also, there is no debate. Giannis is the MVP of the league.
Giannis is goated.
Giannis
Embiid
has
is dead,
been
apparently,
Giannis
and,
has been the best player in the league for the last 4 years.
I don't mind anybody's opinion that Jokic is better than him because I think based on just technical skill, Jokic
And
is better than him.
stats.
But there's an element to Giannis that Jokic doesn't have, and that's that he's fucking awesome and dope, and he's
fun
a
to watch.
dog,
And
he's fun to watch.
we talk about this a lot with LeBron and Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And I think you put it really well when you said they're entertainers.
Right.
There needs to be more to them than their game for them to be the GOAT. And if you look at Michael Jordan, that dude is just really cool.
Yeah.
And respected and
Fun to
seen
watch.
as this god, and he's so much fun to watch. Whereas LeBron is kind of a meme in culture.
He's lame.
Yeah, he's kind of
He's
lame.
like
People
an
make fun of
actively
him.
lame guy.
Yeah.
He's a dork. And Michael Jordan is awesome.
Yeah.
And Kobe is awesome.
Right.
And so those
Those things.
that's a big difference. That's why Kobe, in my book, I think a lot of people nowadays, there's the big conversation of well, Tim Duncan is better than Kobe. But in my book, Kobe is the guy who that whole time, everybody in the world was he's the best basketball player. If you just asked a random person in 2008,
Right.
who's the best basketball player,
Kobe.
it's fucking Kobe Bryant because he's so awesome. Tim
Right.
Duncan is this big guy who's nice and does a good job playing basketball, and there's nothing wrong with
There's
that.
just
He's
levels.
an all-time great, but yeah, there's an element to it because why do you watch basketball?
You don't watch basketball
You watch basketball and you keep up with the NBA.
because you care about the storylines.
The storylines, the narratives of those players.
Nobody would watch basketball if it was just, different people playing every week and you knew they were never going to come back.
Yeah.
It would be the least important thing in your day.
Yeah,
ever.
exactly. It's like, what do I give a fuck who wins this game?
Yeah.
The reason that the games have stakes is because it matters to these people's livelihoods, it matters to you if you're a fan of a team, that your team wins. You know what I mean? Like, that's my thing. I've always had difficulty watching, like, a random, like, I can't just throw on, like, Thunder Jazz and be like, I care about this game.
I care about it
who
a
wins.
lot less.
I had that problem the first half of the Chiefs-Niners game because I was just like, I'm not a fan of either of these teams.
Right.
I don't care who wins this.
Right.
So that's it, you know?
Sure.
But when my Celtics are playing, they could be playing fucking anybody. And I'm invested. I'll watch from start to finish because I love the Celtics and I just want to see them win.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you know, anyone who says like it's really what people care about. LeBron went, you know, to the finals 10 years in a row or whatever the fuck.
yeah.
That's impressive because of the storyline of that.
Right.
Michael Jordan three-peating and then retiring and then three-peating is the reason why he's seen as the GOAT. It's his storyline.
Right.
That's impressive.
Somebody said today, I don't know if they said it today, but I saw a post about it today that Patrick Mahomes was similar to Michael Jordan because they both are shutting down other players' legacies. Like, back when Michael Jordan was playing, like, Karl Malone probably would have been considered one of the greatest players of all time.
100%.
And he just could never win a championship because Michael Jordan was around.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. And Barkley and Clyde Drexler and Dominique Wilkins and all those guys that were playing in the 90s, and that was, like, their era where they should have won.
Right.
They couldn't. Gary Payton, they couldn't because Michael Jordan was just too good. And then the 2 years he was out, Hakeem
and then,
won.
you know, you think of it the opposite way too, where it's like Michael Jordan probably propelled a lot of people's careers who probably wouldn't have been as memorable. Like, I don't think we'd be talking about Steve Kerr as much
Or
if
Dennis
he was,
Rodman.
or Dennis Rodman if he wasn't a part of those teams.
No.
You know.
But
I mean, when people would
they
be
did
like,
what
"Oh
they
yeah,
needed to
Dennis
do."
Rodman, Detroit Pistons, really good rebounder," but he wouldn't be the cultural figure that he is without the shit that went down
because,
with Michael Jordan.
Again, the narratives of
it's
those
about
teams,
the narratives.
It was part of the story of that team was that Dennis Rodman was this crazy guy who would do all this. I mean, it's all The Last Dance, you know.
Yeah.
He's doing all this crazy shit, and then he shows up on the court and he's the best. He just puts 3,000% of himself into every game and every rebound.
That's what I admired so much about the Bucks and their championship is like the work that was put in and how like they were homegrown and just picked up pieces for, you know, 8 years.
Right.
And got to that level, you know, left some first rounds, some Eastern Conference rounds, you know, but they're learning, they're growing, and then they win the fucking championship.
Yeah.
And that's where I think to kind of shift focus to something else is like, I think that's where my problem with super teams comes from. Is it feels like there's no story there. It feels like all of these people who have had really amazing independent careers are brought together by some rich person to play basketball for a season and win.
Right. Well, you look at what the story of, say, the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
They're kind of a primary example. Them and the Clippers are kind of the two big super teams right now.
Yeah.
The Suns were from Phoenix.
They hate them.
Yeah, we hate the Suns. We hate on the Suns all the time. You hate them way more than I do.
Well,
but we love making fun of the Suns and saying they're never going to win and all that. But just the story, the narrative of that team is the narrative of the players individually. So it's Devin Booker being the guy for Phoenix who's been waiting and growing to get a good enough team to win.
Right.
You know, he's had DeAndre Ayton was like the second best player on his team for like a couple of years. Like he's been in a terrible situation because he's in Phoenix which is a terrible basketball team. And then they add these superstars to try and like help him out. Kevin Durant's narrative has been and will be, can he win a title as the undisputed best player on a championship team? What falls apart, I think, with that this year is that he's not the undisputed best player on this team. Just like in Golden State.
But I don't think Devin Booker is either.
No, but just like in Golden State, I mean, Kevin Durant won the Finals MVPs in Golden State,
Right.
But Steph was the guy on that team. Like
Yeah.
Steph was the Golden State guy.
Right.
He's their emblem. He's
Yeah.
their person. Booker is the Suns guy. All the Suns know that that's true.
Yeah.
He might not be the quote unquote best player.
No. But
it's his team.
It is his team in a way, but if I were Devin Booker, I wouldn't want Kevin Durant on my team because I like knowing who's the best player and who's the supporting cast.
There's a big element of chemistry that goes with hierarchy.
Yeah.
With the understanding that, it's the last shot in The Last Dance when Michael Jordan is taking the ball up and they say, Dennis
You're not gonna
Rodman, what
pass
was
this
on your
fucking
mind
thing."
when he was coming up? And he goes, or was it Scottie Pippen?
Get the
He
hell
says,
out
Get
the
the
way."
hell out the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like,
It's
okay,
his time.
this
Right.
is his job.
And I
This is
think
why
if
he's
Kevin
here.
Durant is taking that shot over Devin Booker in the finals, if that happens this year,
Mm-hmm.
Devin Booker, his whole story was for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All of those years of getting this team in a place where, it could win a championship would have all been for nothing. Because you can't just bring in a juggernaut of a guy to help you win. I don't feel good about it.
The thing
And
about
that's
it
what I
is-
hate about the Bucks right now is
Well,
fucking
yeah, you
Damian
don't
Lillard.
like the
Luckily, it's
James-
not panning out. Thank Christ.
The thing about super teams is it's
It's a cash out.
if you win the title, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No. The title matters. It doesn't matter that you formed a super team to win it.
Oh.
I'm a Celtics fan.
Yeah.
We formed the first super team.
You did.
And I love all three of those guys. All four of
Yeah.
those guys.
No, I
and
don't- I
every
don't vibe
Celtics
with
fan
that.
loves all four of those guys. And they're part of our history. As soon as they win a title, they are all-time Celtics who you love and
Yeah,
are
but I don't fuck with
intrinsic members of your team. I don't know who was the better player, Kevin Garnett or Paul Pierce. One of them won an MVP, and it wasn't Paul Pierce, but Paul
One
Pierce
of
won
them
Finals
MVP.
MVP. I don't know about all that.
Sure.
I wasn't a fan of the Celtics at the time, but what I can tell you now is that every Celtics fan loves Paul Pierce and
KG.
Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and Rondo because those guys won us a championship.
Sure.
And it didn't matter where we got them. It didn't matter if we were trying too hard. The same can be said for the Heatles.
Yeah.
I mean, there are Heat fans whose favorite Heat player of all time is LeBron. Because, of course,
I just don't.
because he brought them multiple championships.
I mean, I know what you're saying. I
As the
totally
best
get
player
it.
on their
and
team.
I think you're actually right, but it's just not how I see it.
yeah.
You know?
Well, and like
Such
the
a bummer.
Lakers. Like the Lakers fans are like, we have 17 championships. That bubble championship counts.
Yeah.
And it's a bubble championship with LeBron and AD as your two best players. Both guys that you just grabbed from other teams and said, you're now the guys on this
Right.
team. That team had almost zero homegrown talent. It was like Kuzma. and that was it.
Brandon Ingram.
He wasn't on that team.
Oh, I thought he was.
He didn't win the
Oh
championship.
no, he didn't. My bad.
No, he was in the AD trade.
Yeah.
Alex Caruso, maybe? I don't know. I don't know where he was drafted.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, like, that still counts to Lakers fans,
Sure.
you know. And like, for you, you're a Bucks fan. Drew Holiday is a Buck. Drew Holiday,
yeah.
in your mind, is homegrown talent because you went through wars with him to get to. Very rarely does a super team win in the first season.
But But here's the thing that I don't like. And here's why I think Drew Holiday's different. Because Drew
He's
Holiday
not a superstar.
is not a superstar. I think the exciting part of the NBA is every franchise goes, oh shit, we found our guy.
Yeah.
This is the guy that we need to give supporting elements to.
Right.
Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, they are not supporting elements.
Beal
they are
is.
Stars. Beal maybe.
Beal
I don't know.
should be the second or third best player on a team. Like, I think the Celtics this year, with the Porzingis move, that was a good supporting role move.
Yes.
Where they got an all-star type of guy.
Right.
Who is like the second or third best player on the
Yes.
team, not the best player.
Right.
To build around Tatum. And same with Drew Holiday, actually. Like, we traded a lot of, like, our homegrown talent. Marcus Smart and Robert Williams are homegrown talent for us that were huge on our finals run. Mm-hmm. But we traded them for, upgrades, theoretically, that, are valuable. And, I will feel like if we win the championship this year, which we won't because our coach sucks, but I will feel like, I've said, if we win a championship with Joe Mazzulla, I take all it back. I take everything I've said negatively about Joe Mazzulla.
I have a
back.
question for you. If like Kevin Durant joins the Celtics and takes 50% of the big shots in the playoffs that Jason Tatum could have been taken, you're chilling with that?
Do we win the championship?
You win the championship.
Yes.
That's wild, dude.
Because you have to be good at basketball and play winning basketball.
This
to
is
win a
what I've
championship.
said, though, is like...
The reason you hate super teams is because they won't win the championship.
No, but this is what I've said, though, is like if Damian Lillard in the playoffs is hitting all the big shots... Because I thought about this a lot, where like Giannis is really only reliable in a third of the court, So Damian Lillard could easily be the number one shooting option in the playoffs. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, I wouldn't even want them to win a championship. I wouldn't want Giannis to get his second championship being the second guy.
He's not going to be the second guy. He's the first guy.
No, but just think about if that's ever a possibility, I don't like the idea of them being together. That's what I mean.
I don't think it's a realistic possibility.
It is 100%.
No.
It is a realistic possibility that Kevin Durant has a better playoff series
like,
than Devin Booker. It's a realistic.
But are you mad that Steve Kerr takes the winning three in '93? Was it?
No.
Why? Why can he take the big shot instead of Michael Jordan, and that counts? But Dame can't take the winning shot instead of Giannis. They're not going to win a championship if Giannis isn't playing really well.
Because Steve Kerr is not even in the conversation of being the most valuable player on the team. Steve Kerr is a role player.
If Dame wins Finals MVP,
Steve Kerr didn't even start, Finn.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
it's very different though.
But it's about who's
when
taking
your
the
star
final
point
shot.
guard who is, one of the most well-respected players that everybody freaking loves, who had just left his team where he is the leading scorer all time, comes there and dominates in the playoffs and makes your former number one guy not the Finals MVP. That's upsetting. That's upsetting to me.
I guess.
And that's not a championship that I would feel good
isn't
about.
The number one guy. I guess I don't see the world where Giannis is not the number one guy on that team because he's so much better than Dame.
Right, but
he's so much better than everyone
I'm
else
sure
in the
that
league.
a lot of people were like, well, Kevin Garnett is the best guy on the team. Paul Pierce is just the supporting guy.
That probably could have been true.
Right.
But Dame, that might have been actually true. Like, Kevin Garnett might have actually been the best guy on that team. But Giannis is better than Dame.
Yes, we know that now.
Definitively.
Finn, we know that now on a team where they're together.
Yeah.
But
we knew that last year when they were on different teams.
No, we didn't.
Giannis won 2 MVPs.
I know, but that doesn't mean that Damian Lillard in the right scenario couldn't be the number one option.
We knew that.
We didn't.
We
Is what I'm
knew
saying.
that Giannis, that if you put them together, Giannis would be number one.
No, I think there was more debate than you think about that
I would
outcome.
be really surprised about that.
I mean, I know I debated that with some people. So
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well,
yeah, those are my Bucks.
those are your Bucks thoughts. Well, now let's talk about the Celtics. Our
8
coach
hours.
sucks. This is a long podcast. I didn't think we'd get it this long. Where are we at?
We are at. That can't be right.
What is it?
Oh no. Okay, yeah, it splits it up into recordings, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. The Celtics, our coach sucks. We fall apart late in games. Jaylen Brown has come back to earth after having a great month. In January, Jaylen Brown was amazing, and I am a Jaylen Brown hater.
Yeah.
I've been a Jaylen Brown hater all season. He was great. He was great for a month. Now he's fine again. He's like mid. Porzingis has been fucking amazing for us, as I knew he would be. I wanted to get Porzingis. I was thrilled to get him. I was sad that we had to trade Smart for him. I wish we just traded Brogdon. We kept Smart. We kept Rob. We got Porzingis. We didn't have to trade for Drew Holiday and add all that fucking money to our cap sheet, but we had to in order to get rid of Brogdon and get Porzingis. Fine. Drew Holiday has been awesome for us. We beat the Heat the other morning. No Jimmy Butler, so not a big deal. Also, regular season Heat, so not a big deal. But, feeling generally fine about the Celtics, but not about them winning the championship.
Yeah.
What's your finals prediction?
Who's gonna be in the finals?
Yeah.
I think out of the East, you guys definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. And then out of the West, it's kind of a toss-up, man. I don't know if the Lakers are going to go on a run that takes them to like the second or third round, or if they're going to get all the way to the finals, but they're going to make a wild run. So it's either the Lakers.
The Lakers are like the 10 seed right
I know.
now. That's crazy.
They were this time last year, too.
That's true. But
They
they
went fucking wild.
made a bunch of trades last year at the deadline.
I think
year they
something
didn't make
weird
any.
might be popping off. I could be very wrong and very high.
You could be right.
But
Your
I'm gonna
opinions on the
say-
Western Conference have been very strange.
Yeah, and I'm going to say either them or I just don't see the Thunder going to the finals, but I'm going to say the Thunder.
So your pick out of the West is Lakers or Thunder
Either Lakers or Thunder
versus the
versus
Celtics.
the Celtics. Or Heat.
Yeah, I was going to say my pick to make it out of the East is the Heat because you just can't bet against them. You just can't.
Spoelstra.
They can just... Spoelstra is so fucking good. He's the superstar on that team. I was talking to you about this the other day. They're the only team I can think of in history where I'm more scared of the coach than anybody on the team, and they are a championship caliber team because the coach is that good.
Mm-hmm.
He's so good at coaching that team.
He is.
And they can give him anybody, and he turns them into superstars. Caleb Martin last year was a superstar against the Celtics in the conference finals. It was crazy. Anyway, so the Heat are my pick to make it out of the East, and I have Knicks second.
Interesting.
And
What the fuck?
and then the Celtics are Cavs, but the Knicks are just so gritty and awesome, and
I do like
I
the
love them
Knicks.
as a story. So
Yeah.
the Cavs are up there though too. They're the second seed now, and if I was more familiar with their game, I haven't watched a lot of Cavs this year, but
They're
I
just
might
too
be
young,
more-
I think.
I think they're young, and also they went on this great run because Garland. They had the doubling problem. Garland and Mitchell nullify each other, and Mobley and Allen nullify each other. And Mobley and Garland went out, and so it just became a Mitchell and Allen team, and they were great.
Yeah.
And now Mobley and Garland are back, and so far it's still been good, but I
need
just
to
worry
let-
that it'll be
You need
difficult.
to let Mobley develop a couple more years before you're going to win anything.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to decide whether you want it to be a Mitchell and Allen team or a Garland and Mobley team.
Yeah.
What your timeline is. Because either of those could work. Just one of them works for the next, 2 years. And the other, well, probably longer than that because Mitchell and Allen are young. But Garland and Mobley won't work for another couple years.
No.
They're too young.
Yeah.
Mitchell and Allen could work now-ish and get even better for the next couple years, especially if you trade Garland or Mobley or both for
get
like
pieces.
great pieces.
Yeah,
That's a good team next year
that's
if
true.
they decided to do that.
I do like Jared Allen.
So the Cavs are a good team, and I think they could make it out of the East. I just don't trust the Celtics in late game situations at all.
You don't even think my Bucks could beat you take Cavs over my Bucks?
Yeah,
Interesting.
right now,
You're
yes.
not wrong.
You guys have been such a shit show this year,
Yeah,
and I don't trust Dame
neither do I.
to have like consistently good games at this age with his kids stuck in Portland and he can't see his kids because he's getting a divorce. Like that's crazy shit
it's
for him to be
bad
dealing
shit.
with. So I just I would have Bucks probably 5th right now in the East.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
yeah.
And then out of the West, I mean, I'm not gonna bet against the Nuggets. I would say the Clippers if Kawhi and Harden and Paul George and everybody
all
on
stay
that
healthy,
team. Like the
that's
thing
a
is,
championship.
Kawhi gets injured all the time, and Harden and Paul
he's been
George
on a good stretch.
famously sell in the playoffs. Especially Harden sells in the playoffs.
Does he?
Oh yeah. Sold against the Celtics last year, hard on the Sixers with Embiid.
Well, he was checked out though.
I know, but that's what he does all the time. He famously sells in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And can't win. So I can't bet on the Clippers. And the Nuggets are a fucking machine. And I'm just kind of assuming they're going to turn it up a notch in the playoffs because they're the reigning champs and they're fine during the regular season. But the West is a little wide open. And the East is too, in a way. But
Yeah,
that's my prediction right now. We'll check in
that's fair.
week to week with our teams, see if anything changes. And yeah,
Yeah,
that's the pod.
that's it for today.
That's it for today.
I think we clocked in about a little over 2 hours, 2.5 maybe.
That'd be amazing. That'd be crazy,
good length.
actually. Really crazy length. I can't promise that all of them will be this long,
Well, they're probably happy about that.
but but yeah, this has been good.
Yeah.
So I can't believe this has been this good. I'm
Dude.
actually stunned by that.
I know.
Thanks for listening. We appreciate you all.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Have a good day, I guess.
Take care.